Natapos na tayo sa una at sa ikalawa, and now we're down to the last match of the day. This will be Virtus.pro versus Attras. Will this be the redemption na hinahanap-hanap ng Virtus.pro nung sila ay tinalo ng Attras during our qualifiers? Well, do you think that this is it na nga talaga, Salvatore?
Ako, Mochi, no? Nakita naman natin kanina na it yielded the same results from the matches at Swiss na tinatanasin natin papuntang groups. Ganun pa rin naman ang naging karanasan ng CBF. But this time around, no, I feel like it is going to be very different, no? Kung tutuusin, no? This is Virtus.pro who emerged into the scene with different style of play na kahit papano, kahit na 2-0 sila ng execution, it still kinda looks strong. Whereas Attras, nakikita mo ba ang Attras recently sa mga matches nga nila, Mochi? They look absolutely lost. But hopefully nga talaga, no, that match just lost shedded some light para sa kalakasan ng Attras because they desperately need every single ounce ng strength and confidence na meron sila up against the top dogs of the CFSC.
Yeah, exactly. I think there's just too much going on para dito kay Attras, no? Pero kay Virtus.pro, I don't think so. Kaya naman, let's see, no? For our players here, dude, ang lala ng nagiging stability na ino-offer dito ngayon ni KSA and alongside the OBIB. And kung dito si Cetra, lagi natin nakikita as being the primary snipers na talagang unang papasok sa isip mo in the scene, well, dadagdagan niya din yun, no? Popcorn plays, no? Hindi pa siya kontento dun sa galawan niya with the Arctic, no? He's prioritizing something else as well, which is the util usage, absolute lineups, and as well as timing being offered whenever that the time needs. Pero at the same time, we still have Elvin and Kel are in the mix na still doing what they do best dito sa ating team.
Ano na yan? Sino yan? Si Keller ba nagsulat
Ano
yan?
yan?
Parang
Ba't
DP
may
ata ni
pa-heart-heart?
Keller yan eh. No? Kasi ilapit mo nang makita namin, nang mabasa na.
Sayang.
Ano ba nakalagay? Okay,
Di kita?
Ayaw ipakita.
Ayaw.
Mamaya tignan na lang natin. Pero feeling ko, DP ni Keller yun eh. No? Pero yun, Virtus.pro nga pala guys eh. No? Na grabe, Mochi, through the roofs ang kanilang mga KD kanina, no? Which sets a very good example, no? Na Virtus.pro is not an easy team to beat. And Virtus.pro is ready and hungry for redeeming what was once theirs eh, no? Sinabi na nga ni Cetra, he said it best. Gusto nga nilang maibalik yung dating nasa kanila, which is a regional title and an international appearance plus that championship title. I mean. So yeah, Virtus.pro. Ito na nga yun eh, no? Attras, ilang siglo na lang, Mochi, pagtatapatin na lang natin sila up against Team Stallions.
Siglo.
But right now, that is the least of their concerns eh, no?
Yeah.
Ito mo haharapin nga nila ang team na tumalo nga sa kanila during Swiss. Na parang feeling ko medyo may alat pa siya ng onti o baka wala na nga. But Virtus.pro, syempre, maaalala talaga nila yan.
I would lean more sa may kaunting alat, no? Kasi mapait yung dinanas nila sa kamay ng Attras. But let's see. Meron tayong katanungan dito. Week 3 will be a season-determining week for all teams. What will be expecting from your team? Tapos sabi dito ni Coach 02, I'm expecting Attras to be easier now. And for Forbid, they will give us more problem. But I know we have what it takes to take care of it. Okay.
Coach. Kaya marami nag-PM sa page natin na nakakatakot eh, no? Mga ganyang linyahan talaga. Magkakaroon ng isang malupit na pag-spark ng mga utak ng mga tao pag binasa nga nila to. But, you know, coming from his perspective, stats-wise and presence in the tournament, he might not be wrong, no, Mochi? Hindi ito ako na nanggagatong ng isang tao. He might not be wrong proving the stats kasi if Attras struggled and choked a 6-3 lead against Matches, is there anything na pwedeng ipamalas ni Attras heading into the match against Virtus.pro, which is a degree higher, definitely, than Matches. Pero man, we are open to a conversation of a possible upset eh. No? At kung ano nga yung ginawa nga nilang pag-sweep during Swiss, possible in another world or in this current setting, baka malay mo nga naman, maulit yon for Attras.
And that kaya naman talakayan na nga natin, ano nga ba ang meron dito for Attras? Kasi ang miningin ko naman din dun sa alat kanina, no, is yung alat na feeling against them, which keeps it more brimming at mas lalo pang magiging dedicated ito si Virtus.pro na panggigilan yung mga miyembro natin dito. Kasi di naman nga din biro ang performance ni RTA na every single week, halos meron siyang nagiging highlight na feature sa ating top player highlights, no? And we also have J-Kim with a very great integration, although there are some moments that yung responsibility natin dito quite unbalanced, no? Masyadong maraming ginagawa si J-Kim and this team, and I feel like that was quite of their bottleneck, no, Salvatore?
Well, definitely, no. And I feel like the numbers na meron talaga si J-Kim, despite it being that really high, may kita mo talaga na Attras is not really leaning towards the success of J-Kim kasi, again, CROSSFIRE, 5v5, team play, yada, any cliche na masasabi nating system, inaasahan pa rin talaga natin, no, from Attras. Kasi we put teams in a higher ceiling pagdating talaga sa team play. Kasi we can definitely crown the MVPs. We can definitely crown, you know, the set winners, no? Pero at the end of the day, no, maaalala natin sa isang team kung paano nga nila na-execute ng maayos yung isang play. And I feel like Attras is already there, pero nasa step 2 pa lang sila, no? Parang meron nga talagang sinasabi dito si Sneaky na they can manage to go to step 1 pero hindi nga sila maka-advance to step 2. Nagkakaroon tayo ng konting advancement from the series against Attras, pero tila ayun, nagkaroon na naman sila ng konting slap, and hopefully Attras now begins this journey of fulfilling a team-based play para sa Attras, kasi kinakailangan talaga nun, no? And what better way to prove everyone na meron na silang team play with a win against Virtus.pro, one of the best teams na merong malakas na sistema.
Exactly. And I feel like the structure here, no, is gonna be quite of an empire na kailangan nga nilang patumbahin dito, and that will be very much difficult. Pero we have a question here, no, kay CRG. Week 3 will be a season determining week for all teams. What will we be expecting from your team? Same question kanina, no? Well, sabi nga ni CRG dito, I'm just gonna say, expect the unexpected. Ay, kung kanina, no, Salvatore, na they just managed to win one series so far. Well, I guess yun nga, no, baka nga meron silang plano para makabawi dito against Virtus.pro.
Shoutout to CRG, no? Tropa yan. Pero I would rate it a 6 out of 10 kasi hindi ako nagkakamali, Mochi. Nasabi na yun, di ba? Expect the unexpected kung di ako nagkakamali. So
sa
parang pangalawang ikot na ata ng linya. Oo, ibang team lang yun nagsabi, no? Yeah. So baka ibang Pinterest ata yung kailangan nilang tignan dito, no? Para makalakap ng panibagong quote. Pero napaka-appropriate niyan actually, no? Kasi expect the unexpected. Baka unexpected na maging 2-1 to in favor of Virtus.pro, or expect the unexpected na 2-0 mapunta to sa Attras tulad nga na nangyari, no, nung nakaraan. And I just think na meron talagang ipapamalas dito ang Attras because currently, Mochi, there is an epidemic dito sa liga nga na to, no, na lahat nagpe-prepare, naghahanda basically para sa BPN Team Stallions. Pero sa mga iba, para sa mga teams na outside of those two mentioned teams, wala na nga talaga. So baka ito na nga yung preparasyon na yun, no, Mochi, para sa Attras.
True. Parang nagkakaroon ng tendency na mag-tunnel vision sila doon sa mga nasa taas, pero hindi muna sila nagpo-focus sa mga nasa ka-level nila. Pero ito ang ating head-to-head right now. It's gonna be KSA and J-Kim, and parang bagay na bagay to, no? Kung I don't know if I'm mistaken, pero kumbaga sa pagiging playstyle nila dito, no, with the aggression, but at the same time, no, talagang focus on what is in front of them. Meron dito for both KSA and J-Kim.
Mochi, KS AK-47 versus J-Kim 417, no? Isang HK player, isang AK-47, at ang pinaka-highlight talaga natin dito is their balance between being effective and being aggressive, no? KSA, yun nga ang masasabi nga natin, pero eto pre, J-Kim, no? One of the pioneers of the headshot percentages talaga, no, during Impact Summer 2025, na nailipat niya nga naman talaga ng maayos, no? And safe to say, Mochi, from the other matches, no, ng Attras, makikita mo talaga yung kalakasan / effectivity neto ni J-Kim on the headshot percentages. So tama lang naman na ipagtapat natin tong dalawang to because they can really dish out the impact kills, pero ang tanong kasi, how skillfully will they be able to do that knowing na talagang high octane tong laban na to?
That is true, and that is why it's a must para malaman natin meron tayong idea sa ating pacing na magkaroon tayo ng map veto, no? Because again, if present ang Eagle Eye dito, ayun na nga. We have Ankara and as well as Eagle Eye for our first and second map, and as well as the new compound for our decider. And dude, it is practically the same, no? Tulad ng kung ano ang meron kanina sa ating Team Stallions against CBF. Well, you have any inputs about this one?
Mochi, inputs, tinatanong pa ba yan? Parang nanonood tayo ng replay
gas
na
na, no?
Mandela effects ata tayo dito no? Like, wala tayong kailangan sabihin. Siguro let's talk about Virtus.pro starting on Blacklist on both maps, no? So, looking at it, Blacklist ang isa sa mga pinakamagandang sides ng Virtus.pro. Kahit anong side pa nga, no? Whether it be Subbase, New Mexico, or even Black Widow. Mas okay sa kanila na magsimula nga sila sa weak side na nga muna ng mga mapa, no? Except Ankara, because it's a map that's very balanced. So, but what I'm saying is, definitely mararamdaman nga natin yung pacing ng game on the Virtus.pro side. Kasi a lot of the matches na determine kung paano nga ba ine-expose ng Virtus.pro yung pagkakamali ng kalaban, whether it be from defense or rotation. At pinakita nga nila yung during Swiss and on week number 1 and as well as week number 2, which is very, very nice for Virtus.pro. Ngayon, Attras entering into GR, we're definitely aware. Alam naman natin yung effectivity nga nila dyan. I just think that they need to innovate pa eh. Parang it's no longer surface level no? Parang talagang it's right there para may masabing meron. Sana talaga meron pang maipapamalas dito ang Attras because they desperately need it, no? After that debacle kahapon with matches, itong GR side ng Ankara kailangan talaga pagbutihin ng Attras.
Couldn't agree more. And I feel like our predictions will be reflecting just that, especially that again, Virtus.pro is already quite of a given, and it is already in a different stage after all. No, there might be a lot of jitters na magagaling dito kay Attras, being overwhelmed for everything that is happening right now, and a rematch against someone who they wronged during our qualifiers is not gonna be a good sight for them. Pero ano naman kaya ang sabi ng community dito, no? Is it the same or is it different? Will we be leaning more toward drastically, no? We have 60% for Virtus.pro and as well as Attras, pero actually, parang this is closer than what I have expected.
Well, definitely, no? And considering na Virtus.pro has one of the biggest fan bases, considering na yung Tondo, no? Marami nga sila dyan. Attras, nandyan ang B1G, nandyan ang mga kung ano-anong clan na meron dito, yung mga ibang players, no? Kinda sad, no, na pumapabor dito ang Virtus.pro. Kinda expected na medyo mataas nga ang Attras. Pero boses nyo nga yan, guys. Wag kayong mahiya, bumotot ko moment pa dyan. But I just know, no, this very sets an example, no, na viewership is definitely way up in the air right now. Tumataas nga talaga sila, no, between the matches. Tulad na lang din na nangyari sa Stallions kanina. But hey, no, good luck talaga sa Virtus.pro and as well as sa Attras. Palakasan to ng boses sa comments.
And speaking of bosses, no, meron tayong mga introduce na mga bosses din dito sa ating desk para lalo pa na tayo magkaroon ng impormasyon dito, no, sa dalawang team natin. Kaya naman ipakilala na natin uli sila. It's gonna be Sneaky Frank and as well as Bipolar. Hi guys! Welcome! I think this match is gonna be a banger. Pero Sneaky Frank, tingin mo ba merong pantapat dito ang Attras and they could do what they did last qualifiers muli dito?
That's a really good question, no? Kasi, ayun nga, feeling ko hindi na parehong VP yung nakikita natin on our screen dito sa group stage kumpara sa nakita natin sa Swiss stage, no? I feel like it's gotten a lot less experimental para sa kanila dito. It's a lot more the game of guarantees para dito sa ating Virtus.pro. So, para naman sa Attras, no? I mean, I've been hearing about some stuff behind the scenes na, you know, they're struggling to kind of convert yung nagagawa ka nila dito sa scrims. And, ayun nga, no, they're kind of having a hard time putting it in actuality, no, dito nga sa ating mapa. And I feel like that is also the benefit of yung pinanggagawa ng Virtus.pro dito last season, no, Mochi, kasi yung officials ginagawa nilang parang scrims dito, and I feel like that might have benefited in the long run, especially knowing na yung first at second na ngayon, EWC na on the line.
Yeah, that is true. And I feel like it all boils down to a matter of replication. At kung magkakaroon ba ng karagdagang additional budbud, no, against Virtus.pro, lalong-lalo na nag-upgrade din ang kanilang galawan dito. Pero how about you, Bipolar? Do you have the same sentiments as Sneaky Frog?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I agree with Sneaky Frog no na parang this is not the same Virtus.pro that we saw from the previous Masters and dito sa ating qualifiers, especially up against Attras. But Attras is also a team that I did not expect having this kind of power, no? Pero kasi that's almost centric dito kay JKim, pati kay RTA. If they just perform well, everyone for Attras will also perform well. Pero up against VP though, that's a big question. Another question that we have to answer later on.
Yeah, exactly. I would like to second that though. Their heavy reliance into individual players dito, no, sa Attras would be their primary hurdle dito internally, no, para kay Attras Esports. Pero let's dig further, no. The Golden Boy versus the Kid in town, no. Well, Kid is already scoring off and as well as itong si Yobib and the battle of the M14 EBR primarily, no, as our players na holder nun, Salvatore, paano na natin i-contrast itong dalawang to?
I love the matchup no, Bochi. Kasi itong dalawang to, both backup players, nakakuha nga ng impact frags at maaasahan mo talaga sa mga multi-kills. No? So it's just the battle of who is the more flexible player and the reliable one para makita mo yung consistency nila. No? Because Kid, clearly, no, the series kahapon, he kind of fell off pagpasok ka ng overtime. Pero maaasahan mo talaga siya from the start to create that momentum. Kaso nga lang kasi si Yobib, kailan mo ba nakita na nag-fall off si Yobib during inside of asset mismo? No? Currently in this season of Masters, maaasahan talaga si Yobib. He was always doing everything, no, and he's a net positive, no. He has that kind of contribution na nagbe-benefit para makakuha ng space sila Elvin and as well as si KSA. So it's going to be a huge bout para dito kay Kid. Ang gusto ko lang makita dito from Yobib is that deliverance ng consistency na sinasabi ko kanina that would literally hurt Attras. Pero it goes for the same dito para kay Kid. If he's not consistent, baka ikasakit pa nga yun din ng Virtus.pro.
Yeah, that is true. And depending on how they will be able to start this will say a lot sa magiging performance nitong dalawang key players na ito, no, for the team as well. But we can also incorporate KSA into the mix, no, lalong-lalo na after yung performance niya dito, no, versus Attras and even yung recent na laban nila, no, yung sets na nakukuha ni KSA dito being the set MVP. Hindi biro yung mga rating na kukuha niya dito, Sneaky Frog.
Ayun nga, and I think also as well, no, shout out to the AK users na nandito sa VP. I kinda see the vision now. Pero may nagsabi sa akin na wag ko munang sabihin kung bakit malakas sila sa AK-47 and why the AK is strong right now. Siguro, I'll probably spoil it going into playoffs. Pero ayun nga, no, I feel like KSA definitely is one of the more consistent players dito nga sa Virtus.pro, especially coming into last year, no. Ever since his initial explosion nung 2024, kasi dati pagdating ng usapan SGJ, no, we were always just talking about itong si Yobe, but KSA also kind of grabbing that kind of spotlight, and especially that's a perfect time, no, to have this kind of performance, especially up against itong Attras na yun nga, no, from what I've heard is also, you know, one of the teams that can also beat them pagdating nga dito sa scrims. Pero yun nga, no, pagdating nga sa experience dito sa ating pagdating nga sa experience, no, dito sa ating officials talaga, you cannot really count out itong Virtus.pro, especially itong si KSA who, you know, probably plays the same from scrim to official, no, kasi knowing him, he's just gonna press W and find the right mark para sa kanyang team.
Yes, and always, no. And I guess, no, parang hindi na rin ako magtataka if KSA would be performing wonders din dito sa tapatan nila and Attras yet again. Pero we can also highlight someone else dito naman sa kabila, no? For Attras, JKim, The Hope versus Virtus.pro. Again, we are stating that there are some imbalances in terms of the responsibilities being catered dito ng ilan natin mga player, and I feel like the primary object that is JKim Bipolar.
Yun na nga, JKim is not just the hope, is almost like a big brother para dito sa apat na players natin. Talagang he needs to activate these players just from his sheer performance, no. Currently he is in a very good spot sa ating mga rankings, in the top 20 spot in terms of KD, and if he keeps providing that kind of performance, well, tulad nga na sinabi natin kanina, it will be a domino effect. Mas mapapadali dito yung buhay ni RTA in controlling these players. and that hope will immediately come into effect. So yeah, if Jake can perform, the hope is not just gonna be hope, it's actually gonna be results pagdating dito sa ating labanan up against Virtus.pro.
Yes, and I know this is parang sinampla, pero hopefully, yun nga ang mangyari dito, no? For our team of Attras, and I guess the battle is set. The first map is Ankara. Will the retribution and the revenge be here for this match of Virtus.pro against Attras? Sneaky Frog and Bipolar, rak-rakan na.
It's time to shoot, it's time to aim, and it's time to dominate the playing field. It's time for Virtus.pro and as well as Attras. And yun na nga, no, Sneaky Frog, we're gonna be starting on Ankara, then Eagle Eye, then New Compound at the very end. Pero to ang ganda actually ng mapa ng Ankara for both of these teams kasi nakikita naman natin that it only played 3 maps for the entirety ngayon ng ating group stage. Meanwhile, mas angat naman dito ang Virtus.pro, but we have a lot of things to unravel, no, or at least unpack kasi, again, this is a different kind of Virtus.pro and a different kind of Attras.
Yun nga, man. And we're also seeing the statistics no, with the new season natin, especially para dito sa Attras. Napaka-worrying ng kanilang win rate no, pagdating dito sa GR side. Especially it's at a 33%. And yun nga, no, that is from the recent games nga natin. And obviously not having a good defense pagdating sa Ankara. Yun nga, no, that's already bad news. Nakita na naman nangyari dito sa, I think it was the acceptance games, or the acceptance games earlier, right? Yun nga, maganda yung depensa dito ng acceptance. They got such a huge lead in the first half, but you can also kind of counter it with a good defense by yourself. And yun yung ginawa nga ng ating initial na team, and I feel like that is what Virtus.pro is also going for. No? Ipe-play nila yung strong side ng mapa that they have 74% on, which is a crazy statistic. No? I mean, a 74% win rate pagdating sa BL side. And it just goes to show no, na VP, they play the guarantees, pare.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You know what, Sneaky Frog? Oras na para dumayo tayo dito at dumaong papunta dito sa ating Ankara. Let's listen to the comments.
Wait lang, Bin.
Sige, Bin. Nandiyan sila.
Dito na kami.
Under na. Side. 3 box. Wala play pen, boy. Tas side pa.
Lapit ako.
Active in the comms and also active in on high mid, and just like from the interviews mula dito kay 0-2, they did say that loss from Attras dun sa qualifying stage is a starting point in reality check, but this time checking of the sides going towards B ang buong Virtus.pro. It's gonna be an easy fight now as Jakim does get the initial frag. K spots on 1, Yobib down, but it's a 2. Oh, it's 1 for 3 actually as Attras holding down B side very comfortably, and C4 nasa kanila.
Yeah, it felt like one of those tester rounds, no, Polar, where Virtus.pro just ran into whatever part of the map that they want, pare. Pero Elvin will be getting K. 3 versus 2 will create a bit of uncertainty sa round natin, no? Hindi pa to guaranteed na nasa kamay ng Attras, pare.
Yeah, tsaka Attras has been bad in closing out these kinds of rounds, pero kailan kayo makakakuha ng mga pagpunteriya ni Kid with the M14 and Elvin high above, pero parang delikado at sneaky kahit na naka-AK siya dito.
Gonna need to parse these fights, pare, which is gonna be very difficult, no, especially knowing you're on an elevated position, pare. Attras with a really good 1-0, and Virtus.pro tried to contact their way into high mid and into B, pare. No, unfortunately, it was not a good idea.
Yeah, but now no, it is still Attras having a very good lead at dahil dyan, I also want to see K, no, pop off kasi parang tulad nga sa mo beforehand, we're spoiled with snipers, and if one sniper does fall down, ibig sabihin lang talaga nun that we're seeing down the levels of gaps ng ating mga snipers. And this matchup alone is levels of like different playstyles, so different kind of approach sa ating game, and mukhang titignan natin yan kung nasan nga ba palagi nakapals yung ating snipers.
Yeah. Think it is most likely Zetra, no, playing Arco or either itong second mid natin, just playing outside their means. And Virtus.pro, no, after their first round accident dito, no, Polar immediately went back to their default. Kunin nila LA, they're gonna clear CA, and then dito double clear nila dito yung Hukay in order to full swing itong TB. Feeling ko, feel lang nila how much map control that they do realistically have dito sa mapa natin, and if they can guess right, no, kung anong site yung medyo mahina dito or may site na may isang player na out of position, pwede nilang kunan ng 5v4 yun.
Yeah, and ito rin yung nagustuhan natin for VP, no? Especially nung nakita natin sila lumaban sa Attras, it's clearing operations every time. And once na they're up against a team just like Attras na very passive or very close towards their walls dito sa other side of the map, mas napapaganda lalo yung stratline VP because you expect no one to fall. Kaso nga lang, look at the majority of the map hawak na ng VP.
Yun nga. I think it's also Attras kind of respecting yung VP a bit too much. No? I would want to see like an odd peek galing dito kay Klein or dito kay J-Kim. Pero I think they're avoiding yung 5v4 win condition dito ng VP pare.
Big flash though. Will not delay anything there, pero it's a big push dito sa hotel and sa Will sa TB. Big flash is now as well connecting. Pero K does find Elvin. Good shot indeed. KSA now with a USP, pero Yobib wala makita ngayon. Rotations happening, pero KSA and Yobib continue the fight. Kung saan, dalawa na lang natitira for this post plant, pero Cetra does find CRG. Mas napitas palalo ditong Attras. Can RTA na nakalampas dito sa ating depensa get those kills, mukhang hindi ang sagot doon. Virtus.pro answering back from, the checking dito sa ating first round.
Yeah, no, as soon as they went back to normal, it kind of is the VP that we expected. No, pare, maximum map control as much as possible. Kind of poke and prod kung anong pwedeng kunin sa kabilang side ng map or sa side ng kalaban. Basically, and with a 3-man clear dito sa hotel, no, you do guarantee a trade at the very least at 4 versus 4. So, ayun nga, it's a really nice default, no, and it is actually really hard to counter kung di talaga kayo mag-forward dito, pare.
Yeah, and ngayon, there is some site na may forward na ditong Attras. You have J-Kim on second mid na can easily spot out Elvin, can easily spot out 2 players kasi ngayon, nakikita rin natin sometimes Virtus.pro actually helping out Elvin, not just relying on that singular one-man push, pero name of the game, BL side for VP, this is gonna be happening for at least 3 maps, no, na it's a slow-paced game.
Yeah, it's good that Elvin's not afraid to call for help as well, no? Dito sa B-side kasi, 2 is better than 1 pagdating sa mga ibang sitwasyon na to, Polar. Oh, CA! Nakita yung ulo dun ni KSA, I think. They gotta be careful.
Ay, yun lang. Kailangan pala maging careful ni Kay. That's immediate contact and nakuha. From that little engagement, nakuha agad nila high mid.
Tapos titigil sila bigla, Polar. Diba? Now they're gonna take stock. Anong meron dito sa mapa? We got information kung nasan si Kay. And now we get to pick which side we want to take. And pakiramdam ko parang gustong dumaan ng exit. Bumabayalo na yung mga to eh.
Oh, tingnan mo naman, Yobeb wants to enter now dahil dyan papadala niya muna dito si KSA with the possibility of a smoke. Pero Kay, proactiveness is there in the leg. Natamaan dito yung hintuturo dito ni KSA sa paa. Pero Kay holding this down and he finds the angle. Pero Yobeb with the trade at ngayon, exit might just be denied if maharap ni RTA yun. Killer, prime opportunity as he finds through the smoke itong batang we call Kid. Attras slowly falling down in these kinds of engagement, pero they do find Yobeb 20 seconds and now A-side is so free from that interaction. Elvin?
Tigil muna.
Yeah, respeto muna sa Attras to.
You gotta chill, Attras. No one has taken CA yet, by the way, so bit troubling para sa kanila, pare. 30 seconds left on the clock, though. Double flash. First flash will come from CRG. The secondary flash will come from JK. Bakit nila tinapon at the same time?
Oh, no!
My God!
Dahil dyan, sprays on down Elvin with that 3K!
What are we doing?
That double flash, man, is the bane of the existence dito ng Attras. Holy Mother of God!
Meron pa tayong bottom 5 plays dito, pare. Because that was definitely a
We
bottom
should,
5 play.
kailangan na natin ng ganun. Kailangan na natin dagdagan pa.
Man, like, ito, at the point of the double flash, right? Para i-explain ko lang sa stream bakit nagalit ako. Kasi, the point of the double flash, first flash, siyempre, yun nga, no, ine-expect na yan ng mga players. But the second flash, paharap pa lang sila nun eh. You know what I mean?
You catch
Kaya,
them after the flick.
Omsim. And, ewan kami, nakamali sila sa 1-2-3. Maybe someone's off on their math.
Might be. Baka may di tayo alam, Sneaky, na pag double flash, mas matagal yung blind. Think about that. Diba? Baka may update bigla ang buong
Is that in the
CROSSFIRE.
game's code?
But we digress, alam mo yun, mistakes happen. And sinabi rin naman ng Attras recently na they've been making mistakes and they're trying to mitigate that. Some mistakes will still happen from time to time. But still, a 1-point lead dito sa Virtus.pro. They still have a little bit of time para makahabol dito.
For sure. And Virtus.pro was given a bit of a freebie in that last round. And will be taking full advantage of it, no, pare. And especially, alam mo naman yung Virtus.pro, man. Hindi yan nagbasta-basta nagpapabitaw ng advantage dito. And I feel like after that last round, Attras is kind of reeling. from that one. Kaya Virtus.pro will try to take advantage, no? And on purpose yung ganito, no, Polar, yung sobrang pinapatagal nila yung mga round na, you know, especially right after a heartbreaking round like this, para maaning talaga malala tong Attras. They're playing with their impatience.
Yeah, it's mind games, it's emotions, everything. Pati timer ginagamit dito ng Virtus.pro as a weapon para mapatigil dito yung pag-angat ng Attras. And
Ayan, no,
nakita
umangat.
nga natin last time, no, na parang ganito rin yung gagawin ng VP.
What?
No. That shouldn't happen. Si RJ had the advantage pero ngayon, nag-aapol si RTA ng anino at siya pa yung mamamatay. KSA pushing, switching guns mid-fight. And KSA styling on them, can wield everything. And you should tell him there, KSA.
Grabe naman yun. He put a bit of sauce on it. Dito yung kanyang last kill, pare. But at the same time, nakita mo, ang lakas siguro ng headset dito ni KSA, no? Kasi narinig niyang nag-pull yung pin ng flash dito ni RTA sa top at hindi niya hinarapan itong si CRG dito sa may vent side. But KSA gonna be on his own on the long side, man.
Oh, big push and Attras finds two already. This is what we wanted.
Yun.
Forward pushes and dominate the GR side. With this kind of aggression, VP cannot set up.
Yun yung curveball na hinahanap natin, Polar, kanina pa eh. From the side of Attras, I feel like if they kinda do their usual default dito sa mapa, no, of the 2-1-2, yun nga, VP is gonna figure that one out every single time, para especially with how their default looks like. So you do have to throw in the curveball from time to time. And that was definitely a curveball, pare. Pero, granted 2 versus 4, no? Polar. But I reckon that this is still winnable para dito sa Virtus.pro considering kung sino pa yung buhay dito.
Yeah, it's Elfin na already popped off 5 kills already. Plus, look at the util game for VP. They haven't used everything. Pwede nila ismoke yung RS, ismoke yung high mid, throw flash to delay the fight. Pero, this C4 has not yet planted. Alam na to ng Attras na hindi to magiging A, but they will try to go for that big retake.
No, don't 4-man push exit, man. Please, Attras. Yun lang yung binibeg ko sa kanila dito, Polar. Someone has to go CA, right?
I think they might still, or at least tatlo di ba, sa may exit.
Let's look at this discipline though, man. Hindi agad nilabag dito yung C4. This is what I was talking about, man. Kailangan nila dumaan dito ng CA. Kung dumaan sila ng spawn, Keller could have been holding that the entire time. But Keller with a pretty good spot, in all honesty, pare. Tower with a bit of defense galing kay Elvin.
Oh, they go forward though, Sneaky. Grabe to. Attras won't realize this kasi they expect hotel in sight. And look at the crossfire
Oh,
up
bait and
above
switch.
and down below. Kid, nakita
Ay!
yung dulo ng barrel. Yun lang, di tinago ni Elvin. But it is planted open. So, Kellar can immediately find the diffuser. At nahanap niya muna dito si Kid. He finds an RTA.
Uy,
And that's
14
a double
seconds.
na for Kellar. 12 seconds, grenade, the flash, pero kinocommit na, pero
Uy,
it
nakuha!
goes down. 8 seconds na po Attras. Time crunch, no more time. Kellar just waits and prays, and he will give the VP one more round.
Oh my goodness me. Virtus.pro getting away with murder dito sa laruan natin, Polar. Grabe naman yun, man. And but sinabi ko pa sa simula ng clutch na yun, pare. I was like, this is still definitely winnable, no? Knowing kung sino yung buhay
always
dito.
is.
Famous last words galing dito sa akin, pare, before Attras has got absolutely mauled dito sa B-side. But look at that setup, though, no? Galing dito kay Elvin at kay Kellar. I think either way, no? Mababait nila yung isang player na nasa high mid. And very smartly played galing dito kay Kellar, pare. Na, you know, he's just poking and prodding. Nasa harap niya naman ng C4. And, ayun nga, hindi yata pwede, or hindi yata abot yung diffuse dun sa gitna ng dalawang batteries, pare. Out in the open talaga yun.
Yeah, ang ganda no ng play. I mean, it took that 50 seconds to plant that bomb, pero those 50 seconds really did give them a lot of time to figure a strat just like that. And feeling ko mas napaganda pa talaga na namatay lang din si Elvin in-game though. So, it was just better para dito sa VP. And now, again, readjustments lang dito sa execution ng VP. Nothing really went into the negatives. At ngayon, uulitin lang nila tong CA to mid-push.
Hindi, yun nga. Default is just getting them every single point of map control na gusto nga nila dito, no, Polar. You get CA, you get TB. And if you don't get TB, you can just two-man swing it with your sniper, para, and guarantee that. Pero Jake, ito yung gusto ko makita, man, a bit of testing galing sa kanya. Pero Elvin expecting this.
Ito na naman the hope. He needs to create something na pwedeng maniwalaan ng Attras, kaso denied by Elvin. Grabe. The patience met by aggressiveness is not gonna work out this time, and tignan mo na wala silang paki. Nag-push kayo, sige. Hold lang kami, pero Kid does find Elvin. So baka ito na execution for VP on towards TV.
Yeah, Zetra as well, no, will be making presence dito sa A side, so it's not yet a done deal kung ano man yung rotation nangyari dito sa Attras. And look at all those nades, all those flashes na pa-root si RTA dahil dun, Win.
Uy, napakagat. Yun lang, Key does find Zetra, so he holds down the high ground. Pero KSA with a shot, easy with the taps. At ngayon, the doors are closed on towards B. Wala makakapasok. 37 seconds, 3 players buhay para sa Attras. And you love this. RS, High Mid, Hotel, lahat papasukan ng buong GR side. But can they find these crucial players playing with time, playing with pressure? It's all up to Kid. With this flash, he goes in. Second flash, yun na nga. Double flash works out well. It's all up to Yobin, pero he's still alive. 1 HP up against Kid, pero hinahanap na siya ngayon. Good plays, pero better sights mula dito kay Kid. Enough time para ma-defuse yung bomba.
Really good patience as well, no? Galing dito sa Attras, and Kid was just waiting for the eventual flashes ng dalawang HM player na natin dito. And Attras will time out. And I think that was the last round, I think, or at least that was a 4-1 nung tinawag to yun, pare. Pero Attras with a very nice win. It's still a 1v1, no? So hindi mo masasabi na, you know, you kinda out-backroad them dun sa round na yun. It was them getting B-side, almost actually getting itong si K. I feel like if they got K a bit earlier, dito sa tower position natin, pare, this entire, you know, defense would be a bit easier para nga dito sa Virtus.pro, no? Pero ayun nga, fortunately Attras remembering na nga pala, no, we have to take itong hotel, we have to take a secondary entrance papasok ng B-site, and we are just gonna play the utils, pare. Tama yung ginagawa nila.
Yeah, it's good. It's good nonetheless, no, kahit na napapaabot tayo sa mga pinaka masisikip na laban na 1v1s, 2v2s, pero what is good there, I think they use a double flash, no, na parang mas gumanda pa kasi it really took a while bago tumama dito yung second flash, which really did blind a lot of these plays mula sa Virtus.pro. That's why Kid got most of these frags sa ating B side. So, nonetheless, tama nga, no, na with K being alive, they're picking up Cetra first before nahanap siya ni KSA was a good sign. Pero this time out, they need to make do, no? Kasi at least yung push ka rin ni JK, mulang nangyari doon. It required na hanapin pa yun, I believe, ni Kid dito sa hotel, yung trade-off kay kay Elvin.
Ayun nga. And itong si Attras, pare, obviously still very capable, especially knowing what we saw in that last round. But we need to see a bit more convincing rounds galing sa kanila dito, no, Polar. I want to see, you know, yung similars na nakita natin from Kid with the spray down, you know, them fully countering yung initial setup nga dito ng Virtus.pro. Well, they did earlier, no? Kaso natalo sila dun sa 2 versus 4, so I wouldn't call that a win, pare. So, yeah, Attras needing to play a bit more intelligent sa mapa natin.
Tough times, no, kahit na early rounds pa lang naman tayo. Pero I would like to take this time, big shoutout sa CEO ng Virtus.pro, kay Nikolai Petrosian. Shoutout sa iyo.
Happy birthday to the other Kian as well, na may one daw apparently, na shinare ni Kian. Our Kian. We don't know who he is, pero yun nga. Happy birthday to you, gang.
Happy birthday pa rin sa'yo, brother. We go back into the game, 7th round. Let's look at the replay, no? Look at this. You love to see pa rin naman, no? I mean, you did want sneaky yung mga forward pushes na ganito, pero feeling ko mas better talaga kung hindi lang information na gagather ng ating Attras.
Yun nga. It seems like the positions that it was being taken dito ng Virtus.pro, they were really fully assuming na Attras would not be taking hotel this entire time, no? Which is a good assumption naman. Kasi yun nga yung ginawa nila dun sa last round, but Attras now a bit wiser to their tricks pagdating sa mapa natin. And will now be able to clear out itong vents temporarily. So will create a bit of a presence, no, para dito sa Virtus.pro on the A side, pero iiwan lang nila dito si KSA temporarily. It's kind of like KSA on the A side, Elvin sa B side, no, pagdating sa entries natin, pare.
Yeah, yun na nga eh. Parang just use the players na talagang available on that space already, tapos make way. Pero look at this. Attras with their signature B push. LB push. Elvin, walang makikita doon na tatamang bala towards Attras. Pero Kellar, ito na. Nagtawag na ng tulong si Elvin, pero may mahanap ka ba si Kellar? He does, and he finds K. So big trade-offs kung saan waiting game na naman ng Attras kung anong gagawin dito ng VP.
And I feel like dito nagagalaw dito si Zetra, no, men? Since wala na yung threat dito ni K, dito sa mapa natin. I feel like he will be the first one peeking into yung vent side natin to try and take out itong si CRG. And once that happens, that's an 8 take para sa VP.
Yeah. Setups. 2 players will defend this A site Attras. It's up to
Ayun,
RTA and as well as CRG, and it's a good setup nonetheless. Pero kailangan mabuhay dito ni CRG. Disengagement! Nagpadala sila ng kid pero mamamatay lang agad yon. CRG now with the hold. He gets one taps on soon. Never mind. It's Yopi with Cetra at dediretso lang din. Si Cetra para mapatigil yung nag-iisang Attras. Virtus.pro, what an entry on A.
Grabe, man. With all the chaos happening, no, hindi na yata napansin ng player natin na nakabantay sa EA na nakalagpas na si Zetra, and he had his Colt out and everything. I wasn't expecting na makuha niya yung entry dito sa top A, but the Colt is a very deadly weapon, especially in the right hands. And Virtus.pro, ayun nga, no, eliminating K, allowing Zetra na mag-peek papasok lang ng kahit anong angle na gusto niya dito, pare. And I feel like the sniper threat kind of helped a bit.
Ooh.
Okay, we're getting a bit too oversense.
Oh, yun lang. I feel like he wanted to stay dun sa may stairway, pero lumampas siya.
I think kasi sa TRG, no, as soon as you drop, tapos nakatayo ka na, and then you have like 0 movement yata, or like 0...
It's accurate.
Yeah, it's accurate, pare. As soon as you land. Kaso,
Hindi niya pinalag. Hindi niya pinabagsak. Bumagsak siya sa ere. Yun yung nangyari doon. But then you're right, no? Tingnan mo, Elvin trying to go for the entry habang dalawa nasa likod niya. Uy, wait lang. CRG? Kid, close by. Wait lang, Elvin needs to fight for his life here. Labasan ng hotel is denied, pero tingnan mo rin ng TV push. Parang alam na tuloy ng VP na most of these players are on B.
Yun nga. Pero inaantay nila, men, eh. Parang inaantay nila na may something na mangyayari dito or may play na manggagaling sa kanila. Elvin stuck in the corner, will be taken down, but still, information para sa Virtus.pro na dalawa na nakarating dito ng hotel. Full push from their side. Yo, Bib getting RTA at may onting confusion na nangyayari dito sa mapa, men. But still, look at this group na meron tong Attras. They're just grouping every single angle dito sa mapa natin. JK wants to peek. Let's see, man.
Isang batalyon ng Attras yung humaharap dito. If you can't kill one only with one, go in with 4. Per KSA ngayon, nakahanap ng onting angulo. But they do leave Cetra alone. It's CRG and Kid. With 30 seconds to delay, Cetra misses the shot. And now he's trying to run it. Papunta dito sa second mid. Kaso yung C4. Or he's just gonna fight. He goes towards the C4. Meanwhile, 2 of the players dito sa Attras. Checking Cetra, half HP. Pero delikado, lalaban pa rin dito si Cetra. What's happening? No! What the hell? What a shot!
Tony takes a second to plant, pare.
Kaya pa. Kaya pa ni Cetra.
He's gonna peek that 100%.
Oh, for sure. Tingnan mo naman to. Titingin din siya may kanan. Pero Kid, tags him. Cetra, 21 HP. Shotgun sniper denied. Hindi makakapitas dito si Cetra. 28 seconds is enough. Attras. What a push, no? Talagang nag-antay, nag-push as apat. Tapos naubos ang Virtus.pro.
Pakaramdam ko, nagulat doon yung Virtus.pro, no? Na biglang may tatlong lumabas dito ng high mid polar. I don't think they were expecting na magiging ganun ka-grouped yung reaction dito ng Attras, especially knowing, no, na, you know, it kind of has been client the entire time looking for outliers dito sa mapa natin. But this is really good macro from the side of Attras. Might as well keep it together, no? Tapos mag-retake na rin kayo as 3 in this situation kasi medyo kalat na nga yung mapa natin. It's a great attempt galing kay Zetra, but the time and the situation wasn't with him, pare.
I like this from Attras, no? They're showing us multiple plays on the GR side each and every round. Parang surprise na rin to sa VP kung ano nga ba yung may expect nilang Attras. It might just be a passive, aggressive, you know, two-prong approach mula sa Attras. You never know. And in the 9th round, last round ng ating first half, it might just be a 5-4. TB? Clearing operation na naman, but RTA can confirm kung magpupush man si Keller dito sa may TB. So, still not good signs para makapasok dito ang VP.
Uy, pero Kay naman yung nakabantay sa vents. And the perfect pace, perfect time para sa kanya, pare. What is the adjustment para dito sa Virtus.pro? Now they know na si Kay ay naglalaro dito sa A-side. They still go for it, Yobib!
They can go, pero tignan mo naman RTA in the backlines. Meanwhile, Yobib just enters room A and
What?
bangs the head dito ni CRG. Triple kill para kay Yobib. Yun na naman. The quote of Cetra is just too insane. Kung saan RTA siya na dapat yung babackstab dito sa VP. Pero since binilisan dito ng Virtus.pro, wala nang nahanap na opportunity si RTA, but can he go for the retake? Can he go for the clutch? Nabarag na agad at natama pa sa batok dito ni RTA yung bala ni Kellar. That's our first half. It's a 6-3.
Grabe naman yun, Polar. The movement from Yobib to go up and down dito sa may hagdan at dito sa may room A natin, creating a lot of confusion from the players on the side of Attras. But at the same time, you can see that split-second reaction nung na-realize nila ay si Kay na andito sa A site pero nasa vent siya. This is in a very punishable position. So instead of running away from the sniper, ay tinakbuhan na lang nila ang ating site instead. And it seems like as soon as they entered and itong si Kay, he missed his first shot, I feel like Yobib kind of felt like, yep, I probably got this guy 100% knowing na si Zetra has my back covered as well from the EA side. So, very well played. Galing dun kay Yobib, pare. That is what a backup, that is what a star backup looks like, pare.
Yeah, talagang he can do anything at this point, no? As long as he gets that initial kill to start off the killing spree na pwede niyang gawin. But after this, we do switch of sides. We will see kung ano nga bang ilalaha dito ng ating Virtus.pro on the GR side. Attras though, difficult times. Yes, 3 lang yung rounds dito ng pagitan nilang dalawa. But they need to be explosive. They need to be aggressive. They need to catch itong Virtus.pro off guard. Because if not, yung default lang dito ng buong Virtus.pro is enough, no? Kasi Zetra can easily just rotate all around tapos puntirin niya itong mga players na gusto mag-execute ng Attras. Siguro, ulitin na lang nila yung big plays nila dito, just like a 4-man push, meanwhile isang lurk. But at that point, no, if that fails, what else can Attras offer dito sa BL side ng Ankara?
That's kind of the difference between yung default dito ng Virtus.pro and yung default dito ng Attras, especially when it comes to the GR side, right? You kind of expect itong si Zetra to be in the B side, be the main anchor para sa position na yun, and then the rest are kind of like moving pieces around the map, no? Dito sa atin. So, very nice to see. Galing dito sa Virtus.pro. Good first half start para sa kanilang BL side. Now on the GR side. And positions, it's a 2-3, but the 3 is on high mid and second mid, pare. So, very close proximity just in case kailangan ng rotation.
And at saka ginagawa rin ito ng VP, no, recently, na talagang minsan ibibigay na lang nila yung buong hotel side, hayaan lang nila dito yung second mid player to deny that kind of push. Meanwhile, it provides them a little bit of a retake na still a lot of players can stay alive para dito sa B side. But ito na nga, 4-1, mukhang ito nga ang gagawin ng Attras around number 10.
I think one of the main reasons why, Polar, kung bakit yung defaults nila as of recent has been more, mas focus nila yung high mid kumpara nga dito sa hotel and dito sa TB. Because, we wanna keep it close on the A site, and at the same time, it is also very easy to hide as well from their spots and play for lives the entire time. And I feel like VP, di ko alam, I don't know what's with the players. All 5 of them are good for playing for life. With the exception of si Kellar, no? Kasi kailangan niya pumasok, pare.
And they recognize that kind of thought. No, that's why they put him on second mid. Because if he does get a kill, he might just convert it into 2. Pero hotel, again, open. It's K on the CA side to close down itong rotating players natin mula sa A side.
Spot.
Pero kita na agad yung mga players natin dahil dyan mapapaikot ang buong Attras. Meanwhile, Elvin on mid. You might just get caught off guard. Yun na nga. RTA with a good find. At ito na, they're gonna be going into A side probably.
I think narinig kasi ni Elvin, no? May tumatapak na galing dito sa TB from that second mid position, and I feel like that false information kind of caused him to try and make a play happen dito sa mid. It's up to the side players now, Polar.
Oh no, 30 seconds. Crunch time. Para sa Attras. Haharapan nila dito si Cetra. At yun na nga, he already got 1 kill, and Kellar will over-aggress to find CRG. That's the C4 pero KNRTA. There's 15 seconds. They can get the C4 on time. At itong si KSA pati si Yobib will come from A side. K with the hold. Wala muna siya makita ngayon. He's actually worried na baka meron sa CA niya. Pero delikado, mapaplanto yung bomba at nahanap pa si Yobib. KSA next on the chopping board but he still gets the kill. Still doable. It's a 1v2 kung saan he has a singular flash na pwedeng gamitin para mabulag si RTA to enter the site. 20 seconds.
I don't think he's on.
Yeah, he slipped past the post plant. Tingnan mo naman, pwede niya papahanap si JK, pero what a good flick, but it's not gonna be enough. Good try though mula kay Kese.
I saw the vision, pare, but at the same time, Virtus.pro a bit too late sa kanilang reaction dito sa B-side. And at the same time, I feel like yung hotel player being caught out so early dito sa mapa natin, kind of forced it to get them pushed back dito sa loob ng site. And also, Elvin's death, kind of was a cause for concern para nga dito sa VP. And yun nga, the assumption na, it was supposed to be maybe a B-split in his eyes. Yung pala, it is just them actively hunting for the lurk dito, pare.
Yun nga eh. Good find talaga yung nakita dito ni RTA on mid. Just great timing as well. At mga ulitin lang nila. If it worked the first time, they will do it again. Pero Cetra, you are godly if you hit that, pero he will miss. So back off na lang after that nade, pero ang bilis umakyat dito ni RTA! Oh my God, Cetra! How did you get that? It was a no-scope, pero Attras, down a player, down RTA, wala nang pwedeng humarap dito sa entry towards B-side.
But still, this is what the Attras wants, no? Kahit 4 versus 4 nangyari dito, pare. It's still 2 players on each side para dito sa Virtus.pro. Yun nga, taking out Cetra, a huge piece of the defense para dito sa VP. But still, what is the adjustment gonna look like para dito sa Virtus.pro? They are just gonna take over long A potentially. Maybe try and find K for this very quick trade, pare. Pero ayun nga, Attras also a bit suspicious na may onting movement na nangyayari papuntang A. Gusto nilang backupan ni Sniper.
Check na nila ngayon. But they will commit on B. Meanwhile, if mapitas ulit dito si Elvin, A site is gonna be free. Malayo pa dito si KSA despite him just on RS. Elvin, can he find them? Attras, not checking CA except for CRG. At ayun na nga, they fire on down! Elvin sprays on 2! At nabawasan pa dito yung 4-man push ng buong Attras.
Yeah, and that is shaving off very valuable time dito, Polar, no? Naiwan pa yung C4 dito, and Attras is taking their sweet time and taking it, or putting it down kasi hindi nila alam kung clear dito yung exit o hindi. They have no time to clear it, but here comes VP.
Oh, look at Kelar. He knows that this Vents play might just be the ender para dito sa round number 11. Kelar pushing now. Can he find J. Kim? Walang mahanap. Oh, J. Kim! Instant headshot onto Kelar. The Hope is doing it, pero sa sandwich yun dito, ang buong Attras. Can VP do it with Yobib finding K. Kim? Mag-isa na lang si K. USP out, TRG as well. And he has a great spot. Ginamit na nga yung AK dito, pero the Yobib will just defuse. Goes up actually to confirm the kill. Ang tapang mo doon, Yobib, to claim your 7th round.
Yun nga, and it was planted for the side na wala masyadong vision on the side of K. And that is not, for the ruling, that is not a bug def. That is completely allowed.
Yes.
Dito sa ating mapa, pare.
On edge ka na ba, Sneaks?
On edge na ako, pare, kasi nakita ko, yumuko siya. Nakikita niya naman ng C4. Green card.
Green
Ano
card.
ba equivalent eh? Green card, green light, whatever, pare. Pero, ayun nga, malapit na si Yobib doon. But at the same time, I feel like he's fully well aware na red na yung timer doon. And as soon as you threaten a defuse, wala nang choice si K doon, to go for it.
I think he also had time to just defuse entirely, kasi layo pa naman dun K, but he still got the kill, so at the end of the day, it's all up to KSA now on that push, pero J-Kim with a good flash, together with Attras, papasok sila ngayon, pero wala sila mapitas. Kelar can still wreak havoc, pero kinailangan ni CRG bumagsak ngayon. Big fast, retake mula kay Cetra, pero already barag na siya in towards 9 HP. They don't have any utility, di sila makapasok dito with flashes, but the nades will not connect here. Kailangan bagalan dito ng Virtus.pro. Cetra finding angles now. May kita yung paa! At bang! Go CRG! Elvin now!
Oh my
It's
God!
all up to K!
There's time!
What a retake for VP! There's time! Definitely with 12 seconds magpupush si K. Expected by Cetra! Oh my God! From exit to the tower towards exit again. Virtus.pro, you are gods!
Napaka-madlad doon ni Cetra, pare. Hindi ko alam na, I feel like he also didn't know that he had time to actually go for the tower play dito, pare. And he just said, F it, man. I'm just gonna send it. Try natin. Makikita ko naman yung dalawang angulo. It is Metal Box and it is top A. And now we get info for my teammate. Grabe naman yun, Polar. That is what we call intelligent crossfire, pare.
Grabe, no? Without knowing the time, he knew that he could do that. But KLR, already finding Jakim is not a good sign para sa Attras. Tapos may flashbang pa para ma-check ulit. But this is... Oh, wow. Ginusto pa sana na Attras doon. Pinisan, kaso nga lang handa ang VP.
Ayun nga, Jakim. Out of commission already. And I feel like that is one of the possible habits that is being punished at the moment, no? Dito ng ating mapa, especially knowing what the score is dito, Polar. You know, Jakim is gonna be a bit antsy na gumawa ng hero play dito sa mapa natin, and I feel like that is exactly what VP is looking for.
Mm-hmm. Look at Cetra, or Elvin though, and Cetra. If Attras just go second mid, it's gonna be good. Pero Cetra does find Kirater na nga, Elvin. They kill off 3 in an instant. Mag-isa na lang si Kay. At nasan siya na bench?
Yun lang. And he's dead too. Yun lang. Napaka low-key lang mag-subvert ng expectations, no? Itong Virtus.pro. I feel like yung expectation ng Attras, okay, batteries, 2F to. Yung dalawang players na nasa site. All of a sudden, Zetar and Elvin is covering his A dito sa ating hotel. So, yun nga, no? That slight switch-up can really disrupt your entire knowledge, no? Na nakuha nyo prior dito sa mapa natin. And that is what VP is good at, conditioning and controlling the minds of their opponents, no? Making them forcing them to make the wrong play dito, pare.
Oh no. It's just 1 point, Sneaky. Ito na ba yun? Yung 0-2 nga lang ba, yung panalo ba ng Attras dun sa qualifiers, was it just a fluke? Sinabi nga ni 0-2 no, that they're ready. It's a wake-up call. Reality check yung laban na yun. Parang sapat lang na kumain ng bulalo si 0-2 para malaman niya kung ano nga bang angat dito ng Attras. Good.
Yun eh. Kaso, nasa HM na tong dalawa men eh. I feel like as soon as anything pops on the A site, you can see Zetra and itong si Elvin immediately dashing it for CA potentially. So Attras, time sensitive to, pare.
Yeah. All of their flashes, their smokes, their lineups need to hit immediately. At sa EA pa sila lahat dadayo. And look at this, na doon nakatingin si Casey, doon din nakatingin si Yobib! Oh, it's just like Harry Potter, binigyan ng fireball dito yung lahat ng players natin, pero RTA, hindi matitinag kayo, diretso pa rin, pero Elvin will fall, naubos silang lahat, pero Zetra reloads in front of the enemy, nasa kanya. Yung onti pang pwedeng gawin, actually, that was RTA, my bad.
Yeah.
40 seconds.
Zetra paying
They'll go
MIA,
for
man.
Zetra.
That's creating a lot of like uncertainty pa dito sa Virtus.pro. They have no idea where this last player is coming from, and the fact na itong si Zetra, pare, wala pa siyang nades, so there's nothing to reveal him in this spot. What's the attempt? Is it gonna be an attempt, or is it gonna be all waiting, pare? Pero knowing this kid, he can hit some unreal shots dito, pare.
I mean, magkahiwalay dito ang Attras, ha? If he just finds itong si Kay, he has time to kill off RTA. 12 seconds sa kanya na. He goes down, but goes up again. Whips out the TRG. Expects RTA with the wall.
All the time!
Bang, bang, bang! Cetra closes down Ankara in the best fashion that you could think of. And holy mother of God. Oh my God.
Oh my God, Polar.
Grabe.
Zetra is just him. Kailangan natin tanggapin, pare. Zetra, of course, being one of the best snipers dito sa ating liga. Also showing one of the best snipers in the league how it is done. A nasty pre-aim, crouch peek, pre-fire dito kay Kay. And the fact na he fell off dito sa top A and even hit yung kanyang kalaban with the coat and even got the wallbang with the TRG. Pare, absolute madness from the Virtus.pro sniper. And ayun nga, holy, Virtus.pro, he just played itong Attras like a fiddle, pare, dito sa map natin. There, we did see, no, or we did say na yung mga 1v1 wins dito ni Kid weren't as convincing, no. Parang gusto ko pa makita yung Attras na tumatalo talaga ng buong round or buong macro dito ng Virtus.pro. We only saw that like twice dito sa mapa natin, but the rest of the times, Virtus.pro, iniikutan lang nila dito yung Attras, pare. They really don't know which direction to go.
Yeah, tsaka nakita mo naman yun multiple times na gusto mag-execute dito as 5, as 4 ng players ng Attras. Already, malapit na mag-flank up yung buong Virtus.pro, they were revving up already mid-rounding. But Cetra man, 2 times na tinalo dito yung post-plant sa A site ng Attras from tower to a single 1v2. Oh, alam ko na kung ano yung nararamdaman ni Dadum kapag nakikita niya si Cetra. Oh my goodness.
I mean, like, what can you say about that, no? I mean, Virtus.pro, kagaya nga ng sinabi nga natin, this is not the same Virtus.pro na nakita nga natin dito sa Swiss stage. This is now Virtus.pro in full seriousness, and especially knowing na yung kanilang standings, no, is looking kind of sus para sa kanila pare, so they do want to reach top 4 or maybe even potentially top 2 para makuha nga nila yung mas magandang slot papasok na ating playoffs. But still, man, di mo talaga ma-deny, Virtus.pro, especially if they look like this. We could say they're playoffs ready, pare.
Yeah, I feel like it's already safe to say, no, na gano'n na nga agad yung pinapakita dito ng Virtus.pro, and wow man, I just heard stories before mula sa inyo ni Sneaky, mula sa inyo ni Salvatore, no, na parang LAN games, parang cheater si Cetra man.
Diba?
Grabe, cheater nga! Cheater nga! That was just crazy to see, but nonetheless, I feel like there's a lot to digest. So, kailangan natin dito ng onting tulong mula sa ating panel Desmochi and Salvatore break down what happened dito sa Ankara.
I don't even know kung ano pa nga ba ang mabe-breakdown natin doon, because it's just absolute unstoppable and unreckoning force, no? Dito, no? Salvatore, no mercy! And it's just them na minamanipula at pinapastol yung mga miyembro ng Attras sa mapa ng Ankara as if they're livestock. And I think that is not a OA na statement. Yun talaga yung ginawa nila, guys.
Grabe. Kung ang Diyos may awa, si Cetra wala talaga. Like, wala kang makikita ang awa nga sa kanya.
Ang lala nila.
2 rounds niya tinanggal lahat ng pag-asa ng Attras makabalik man lang ng laro. 2 rounds, man.
My God.
And by God, yung isa pa doon panapos ng Ankara, no? Pero let's talk about the build-up more, shall we? Bago talaga tayo
Go ahead.
talagang magseremonyas dito kay Cetra, because this is just out of this world para dito kay Cetra. But men, KSA and Elvin having their form right now in tip-top shape, para nakakatakot nga naman talaga. It was definitely both anti-lurking and as well as entering for the side of Virtus.pro na gumana nga naman talaga, and look at the amount of retakes and post-plants na nakuha ng Virtus.pro both first and second half. Papaalala ko lang bago lahat mangyari yan, medyo na-overlook ata natin yung 1v4 na ginawa ni KLR, no? And I feel like ito nga talaga yung parang paniwala para masiraan ng mental siguro ang Attras Esports, no? And I cannot imagine what damage it would be, what damage had done dito, no, para sa Attras na 1v4, ginanon tayo ng isang player sa may tower, kailangan natin bumawi kagad. And yung pagbawi nila nun, di na natin nakita, no, because they are just getting lurked by Elvin. Nawa-one-tap sila ni KSA. Yobib doing Yobib things na parang kaya niya kumuha ng angle na hindi siya napipilas kagad, because he's always good for 2 or better yet, good for 1-for-1 talaga, kasi nailalaban pa rin naman talaga ng Virtus.pro, no? And this play, hindi kita si RTA, winolbang niya lang yon, getting the Colt. My God, Virtus.pro just cannot hatch any break, no? Parang ayaw nila magpahinga sa pagiging magaling.
No. Yeah. They're back like they never left, no? Every single time na nandito sila sa ating schedule for the day. And what a way to end the day, no? Having them perform like this. Kung ano mga tawag mo dito sa ganitong level of performance. No, kasi biro mo just a visualization. Kita mo namang luging-lugi in terms of numbers tong si Virtus.pro, pero nauubos nila yung 4 at 5. Diba? Doon pa lang solve ka na just by resultate ko ano nga ba yung nangyari dito, no, sa mapa ng Ankara. But again, our stats don't lie. Pretty much, Cetra taking that 100 rating, followed by Yobibin as well as itong si Elvin. And unfortunately, no, balikan ko lang yung isang watch point natin kanina, no, nahirapan talaga dito sila Kid at si Kai na sumabay dito sa ating mga miyembro from VP, pero hindi yung mga katapat nila yung nagpasakit ng kanilang mga ulo, kundi si Cetra. 2.33 KD. And dude, sure ball per round may pitas na isa. Minsan, dagdag may bonus pa, di ba?
Yeah, yun yung malipit. Ito talaga ang pinakamagandang example na Christian good for one, no? Like, 1 kill per round. Ibig sabihin, every time na nilalabanan nyo si Kay, Vents, HM, LB, second mid, pati tower mismo, panalo si Cetra, no? Kung hindi man si Kay, it's any other player para sa side ng Attras. Pero, men, Cetra, kailangan mo na talaga tumigil. Masyado ka nang magaling. Dapat si pinapatomba na. Hindi ko alam anong pipigil sa'yo sa pagiging malakas nga naman. And we're ushering in a new wave of sniper players. And tulad na nga ito ni Cetra na isa sa mga pioneers na ang total standard ngayon, ang gold standard ng pag-i-sniper nga talaga ngayon, Mochi, is definitely Cetra. And a lot of players are now taking notes. And definitely namamangha sa mga nakikita nga nila. And including us casters na nakikita nga to live in living color. Virtus.pro just looked the better team inside of Ankara.
Exactly. And I feel like that is there's no debates. No, everything is already laid neatly in front of you. Ang kailangan mo na lang gawin is tanggapin lahat ng mga nangyari. And that is also something that Attras needs to accept as well, which is quite unfortunate here, no, para sa mapa ng Ankara. Ano kaya mangyayari sa Eagle Eye? Dude, this is also another problem for them if they already performed this well, no? Parang ito lang din, parang kinopy-paste lang natin yung sinabi natin sa Team Stallions kanina onto this one, no? Kung gano'n na sila maglaro sa Ankara, paano ba sa Eagle Eye, no? And, again, they chose this on their own accord, no? Hindi sila pinilit, hindi sila inano dito, no, na tinutukan ng baril sa ulo, no? Hindi. It is as is. And I feel like it's also nice to mention that Virtus.pro is just keeps on getting better. Kaya naman, maya-maya magbabalik tayo muli para tignan ng maigi kung si Attras nga ba ay maipangbabanat pa sa mapa ng Eagle Eye. Malalaman natin yan maya-maya. Andito pa rin tayo nga sa laban ng Virtus.pro versus Attras Esports. Kung saan, titingnan natin kung may hirit pa nga ba ang Attras kontra dito sa Virtus.pro sa mapa ng Eagle Eye. Bakit ganyan itsura mo, Salvi?
Parang may dumaan na sa tenga ko na di ko alam kung totoo ba yung narinig ko, hindi. Pero,
legit yun.
tama ka dyan, Mochi. No, we now head into Eagle Eye, ang Ankara na kulay gray na naman. Ewan ko ba, meron bang paboritong mapang mga teams na to na pag tinanong ko sila lahat, ang sagot nila, Eagle Eye 2.0. Might as well call it Ankara 2.0 kasi ito na ata ang isa sa mga mapa na nagre-resemble nga hit Blame. Na ito nga ang isa sa mga mapa na minamaster ng both Attras and as well as Virtus.pro. But if we saw the sceneries kanina sa loob ng Ankara, I don't feel like there's nothing gonna change. Walang magbabago dito. Sa loob nga ng second set na to, Mochi, Virtus.pro will still be able to dominate kasi hindi nakokontrol o hindi na ma-manipulate ng Attras yung sniper matchup unlike any other team, like Execration or even Stallions and as well as Fervid. Attras, hanggat hindi nila naaayos or hindi nila na ma-manipulate dito yung position ni Cetra for those forced fights, magiging alanganin talaga dito si Kay and it will be a very, very hard time. At alam ni Kay, alam ni RTA, gaano kahirap patumbahin si Cetra.
That is true. And I feel like if we already saw what happened in Ankara, baka nga lalo lang bumilis yung mga pangyayari dito, no? Dala rin ng mga higher ground and as well as magandang istruktura ng Eagle Eye, as you have mentioned. And I do think that everything is ready para dito, no? Para sa ating mga casters. Kaya naman, tawagan na natin sa Lover Polar and Sneaky Frog. Welcome dito sa ating second map.
Dadayo tayo dito sa Eagle Eye 2.0 and I guess we're all ready for some more action dito with Virtus.pro as well as Attras. Sneaker Frog, I would like to say, Eagle Eye, para dito ngayon sa Attras, would it be good up against Virtus.pro?
Honestly, according to yung statistics natin, oo, kasi yun nga, Virtus.pro doesn't have the best stats when it comes to Eagle Eye 2.0, but at the same time, that is also, I think, the same map that Execration beat them on, no? So they didn't really do too well dun sa mapa na yun, pare, unfortunately. Pero, ang pinaka nakakatakot nga dito, Polar, is yung stat line ng Attras, especially when it comes to their BL win rate, pare. It is somehow lower than dito sa Virtus.pro, which is at 44% on both sides. Pero para naman dito sa ating Attras, it is 39% on BL, which is a worrying sign, no, Polar? Kasi sa pagkakaalam natin and according to statistics from other teams, this is a BL-sided map, pare. So, yun nga, you do expect na the offense would be doing better at this very moment. But I feel like dun sa mapa ng Attras, they really, brought it back pagdating nga dito sa GR side. But you can't really fully rely upon it, no? Especially pag kalaban mo yung VP. You need to have that really good BL side, pare.
Yeah, tsaka siguro iba lang talaga ang approach dito ng Attras. That's why 70% dito yung global side win rate nila. But at the end of the day, we did say there was a time na we so-called itong Eagle Eye to be Virtus.pro's map or Virtus.pro yung one of the pioneers na talagang ginamit ang Eagle Eye 2.0 into their own map pool, no? So at the end of the day, they do know the map pretty well despite this not being a very formidable or very high possibility of win rate pagdating sa ating statistics for Virtus.pro. But all eyes di pa rin dito kay JKim and kay RTA and even na rin dito kay CRG kung paano nga ba nila lalaroin to, because at this time, they will start on the GR side, I believe. BL side pa naman dito ang ating Virtus.pro. Once we switch, you're gonna be going up against Ayobib na naka-sniper on the A side. A Cetra that will be going towards second mid or hopefully dito sa may LB natin with the TRG as well. So, firepower is at an all-time high pagdating dito sa GR side for Virtus.pro, and how they will be going into these sides will be a problem. But nonetheless, simulan na natin ang ating Eagle Eye at let's look at the conflicts sa map number 2.
45 ko lang. Bina hotel.
Dalawa, B.
Pabulog ka.
Forward na.
Tatlo yun, tatlo.
Second mid ka.
Okay, second mid ako.
Likod ah.
Okay.
Fourth ka kayo.
Walang Eli, walang pupush, walang pupush.
Ito, mid.
Patay mid.
Ay, mid.
Patay mid.
Magkadikit. Mukhang kambal si KSA pero siya yung mananalo doon. It's gonna be Keller as well. Opening up hotel at it's an explosive first round para dito sa Eagle Eye.
Ayun nga. KSA already entering the B side. At tignan mo naman yung Virtus.pro. Immediate start para sa kanila na mabilisan, pare.
Dali agad si Kid. JKim nagulat na lang na kailangan niya na dito pumuntriya ng 10 ulo ng Virtus.pro. Cetra with the cover hits the shot onto JKim, and K left alone again. Walang magawa kundi magpakita ng gold, and Virtus.pro, what a first round!
What a first round galing sa kanila, no, Polar? Wala nang antay-antay pa galing dito sa VP. Dinerecho na lang nila dito yung B site. And didn't even wait for Attras to kind of set their feet dito sa mapa natin. And Attras this time gusto nila maging agresibo dito, pare. Oh my God!
Yo, babe! Somebody stop these Virtus.pro players because they are on another level. What?
That was tricky.
Common wall bang ba yun? Feeling ko naman.
Hell na.
No, right? What the?
Siguro like pang poke and prod lang, pare. Hindi ko in-expect lahat ng bala sa sala dun sa kalaban eh.
Grabe ka, Kay. And that wasn't even dun sa pinaka-corner ng dulo ng hotel. No, that was in the middle. That was crazy. But now, look at this. Kid does find on to KSA. JKim, diretso dito with the USP as well. Pero RTA from the long side will give them a man advantage. CRG struggling to get on top of the BL respawn. Pero yun na nga, it's all up to Cetra in a 1v2 kung saan pwede niya pa makuha yung C4.
Alam mo naman, pare, pag buhay pa dito si Cetra, anything is possible.
Yeah.
In this moment, especially pag alam niya kung sino ang nandito sa kanyang left. Quick scope!
Oh
and he hits
my
JKim!
God!
RTA na lang, pare.
Dude, can the IGL win it? RTA, alam niya na ata, nakatingin na siya dito sa may kanan, pero Cetra!
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. Wait lang, parang tripwire lang to! Cetra misses and a crucial shot is needed para dito sa Virtus.pro, pero Attras just better now with the coverage of the map.
RTA trying not to react to it, pare, as his head was almost taken off near bypass, pare. Attras Sticking around in return in this one, pero si Zetra getting K, and yun nga, no, at this point, you can't really blame K. He's trying to build confidence para sa kanya, man. Elvin will be getting J-Kim, and Kid will go down as well. Attras, the attempt of going forward is quickly thwarted, pare.
Dude, Elvin is screaming dito sa may LA side. And I feel like in the next round, baka di na natin makita si K sa may LB. But in mid, Kellar dominates up against RTA. It's a full clean round. Walang nabawasan dun sa Virtus.pro.
Grabe naman yun, men. Parang silang may shield sa kanilang likod na invisible, pare. Pero wala pong ganyan. That is in the rules, pare. But at the same time, yung Virtus.pro, in the rounds that they look very clean, they look insanely clean, pare. As in, walang isang pagkakamali yung ginagawa nila dito sa mapa. And Attras, their attempt now to kind of go forward is, ayun nga, no, a bit overzealous, pare, considering VP. Parang ginagawa nila sa BL. Ayun nga, no, since the start ng ating game, sobrang rush yan, pare, you know, expectations galing dito sa Attras. Okay, they're gonna mix up everything dito sa mapa natin, and they are gonna probably go for, you know, an odd rush from here and there, pare, no? And yun nasa burden ni RTA, pare. Dapat mabasa nyo kung kailan mag-rush itong Virtus.pro at kailan sila mag-stay. And
Yeah.
ayun nga, no? I feel like the read is really good for now na hindi sila masyado nagpo-forward dito, the exception of CRG, but he is also in a dangerous spot, pare.
Yeah, still, every angle will be cleared up by Virtus.pro, no?
Oh, he missed! K missed!
Oh no. Ang hirap din dito talaga ng buhay ni RTA, man. This kid needs to read everything. Diyos ko po. Parang ano kasi, if you can't read this, might as well call RTA illiterate, man. Because VP is so hard to read. It's like reading something out of an ancient tomb. Pero look at Yobib. No! Kellar! Di na kailangan si Yobib dun! Kasi siya na mismo nag-open binaril pa yung pahalos ko po.
Uy, Kid, lumabas!
Narinig! Oh no!
no!
I wanna close my eyes, Sneaks.
Open it again, pare.
Okay, I'm opening it. Kailangan magtrabaho. But, 40 seconds. VP still yet to choose a site. Now they want to go towards mid clearing operation ulit. Oh, VP, don't do this to them. Ang timer ginagamit pang count, hindi pang aning ng kalaban.
Teka, Virtus.pro. Within the safety of the smoke, pare, J-Kim, you better hope that you get a good timing here, and he does. Dito kay Yobib. Pero bunker A, occupied na, pare.
Yeah. Pero JK, mga still testing. I need just 6 seconds. Oh no, it's all up to K somehow. Naubos pa ang Attras. Pinitas at naubos ang Katalas.
Oh my
God,
goodness.
Virtus.pro.
W bars. Pero main, I think napakalayo na ng Attras, no, at this point, and I feel like that is a rhyme and reason para sa Virtus.pro. That is exactly what the execute intended, no, Polar, to stretch this defense as far as possible between A, mid, at B. Eh nga, no, JK mo to losing battle, pare, dalawa kalaban mo to, and it just so happened to be KSA and Yobib at the same time. So,
Yikes.
eh nga, it was kind of a pick your poison situation dun, pare. And nice try galing kay K. Nakatuhog siya ng dalawa, men, but by that time, it was already too late. Nakakalat na dito yung VP sa mapa natin.
Yeah. Oh, dude. The pressure is so high para dito sa Attras, no? You're up against VP, you're up against match point or series point. Everything now falling into place for Virtus.pro. Grabe. We haven't seen this Virtus.pro so perfect, no? I mean, the team did say na they're not just trying to win and get back the trophy, no? But it's also to become the standard of CROSSFIRE Philippines. And right now, they're doing that so well.
Yun nga. And I feel like a lot of people would hate that, no, pare, knowing our
Yeah,
audience.
a lot of people would hate that specific praise na gusto maging standard ng Virtus.pro.
Yeah, pero you have no choice, eh. I mean, you know, that's the thing with Virtus.pro. Parang gagawin nila, gagaling sila na sobra, pare, na wala na tayong choice kundi to call him that. Pero to even have a pick here kay J-Kim, teka lang, he's playing with the smoke. Pero si Zetra, may nararamdaman siya, pare, napapak siya bigla.
Wag na lang daw. He'll just hold down dito sa may ilalim ng tower. Actually, goes back a little bit. And again, no, 46 seconds, man. Oh my goodness. Pwede na sana tayo kumanta ng buong kanta bago matapos yung round na to. But, Cetra, peeking now a little bit, J-Kim, wala nang smoke. He just holds the angle. If he oversteps,
Sakto yung
In
pre.
2 seconds. Oh!
Nasa
He wins
papatay.
it! Oh my goodness! Mas mabilis lang talaga pupita si JKM now. The fight keeps on. 20 seconds. KSA with the TRG. Nagkamali silang lahat. Atras! Angat ng isa pero denied by KSA. Saan nga ba pupunta ang VP? Atras doesn't know! Oh, Arjun! Oh! What the... Oh my goodness! Atras! Pinapastos sa buong Eagle Eye 2.0!
And yun nga, Keller with a body shot. Timeout para dito sa Attras. It is well needed. The ref has been called as well as yung ambulansya pare kasi KSA with a hell of a round galing sa kanya pare. Hitting Kid with the AK special going into yung base. At hindi ko in-expect na tatama siya dun pare. No? Mostly pag nakikita natin yung angle na yun, Polar, usually yung high mid player na natatalo dito. Pero apparently hindi si KSA pare.
No, not KSA, man. He is there to kill everyone in sight, no? Kahit palabas pa lang yan ng mga bintana, papatay na agad yan ng KSA. That was, in the words of Salvatore, diabolical. Grabe yun. Oh, dude, what's happening, man? Grabe. Oh, Attras. Come on, let's force map 3. Come on. Kaya eh. Umaabot tayo ng 2v2 but I want to expound mo nga, Sneaky, what's happening? It's just, I feel like ang nakita ko na lang is Virtus.pro taking the last 20 seconds, executing on that, tapos they're just winning the gunfights. Yun na lang nakita ko.
Yung kalakasan ng Virtus.pro, I think a lot of people don't actually see yung true lakas talaga ng Virtus.pro, no, when it comes to their side takes. I think, maganda yung kanilang utility usage, maganda yung kanilang flash, but their parsing of the fights is actually very, very good no pare. Tapos yung napapansin ko rin sa kanila, walang mag-isa na lumalaban dito sa VP. You know, si Yobib lumalaban sa bank, KSA na nasa likod. Elvin, at most will be the solo player, no? Or itong si Keller, yung parang kumbaga alay ng team natin dito. But, every single player may backup nga dito, man. It just so happens na napakasakit ng backup. And at the same time, just because you see one player galing sa VP na papuntang A doesn't mean that's where the play is going. May mapapatay ka nga sa A, biglang lalabas si Keller at si Attras sa B at si KSA sa Yobib sa B. So you really don't know what to expect, no? Pag may tinapong isang player sa A side or sa B side itong Virtus.pro, parang Attras are kind of getting eaten by their own thoughts dito, pare.
Yeah, they're getting bombarded by the playstyle dito ng Virtus.pro, no? Kasi kung, again, it lies sa burden dito ng RT, how he will read it, pero ang hirap basahin. Ngayon, they'll just go forward. They'll push LA. Kung saan sila na mismo yung haharap dito sa Virtus.pro habang inuubos nila yung timer na 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And they might just catch them off guard, pero Kellar will stay pretty dito sa ilalim or sa may fence line ng tower. Pero KSA nakalampas na naman! Sige, mag-push kayo, magpupush lang din siya dito towards B.
He's panicking. Oh,
no,
KSA.
okay.
Oh!
Okay, doesn't know where to
Pagpalit mo may
look.
tao, pre!
Oh, he still gets the shot though, pero tingnan mo na yung hotel, yun na nga! Nahanap agad ni KSA, pero CRG with the backstab. There's 2 players left para sa Virtus.pro, that's the C4, and RTA ready for blood. Pero they're up against the Dark Prince, the Golden Boy we call Yobib, and he's already good for 1. Mag-isa na lang si CRG, and Yobib can go back to depleting the time.
Ay, sayang. Akala ko he's reading it ahead dito, Polar. Kasi alam naman, I think yung logic dito, no, for all CF players, and I think sa ibang FPS din na maiintindihan to, pag nakita yung C4, iikot yan ang iikot ng ating mapa to try and see if they can get the flank, especially on a 1 versus 1. Kind of a CF exclusive thing, no? Not gonna lie.
That's cute, yeah.
Pero mapapaplant na lang itong si Yobib potentially, and he's still paranoid kung nasaan itong si CRG, and dahil nga nakaikot na dito si CRG, no, there is a bit of solace para dito kay Yobib for now. But he has tower option, pare. Pero
Yeah, he can go.
Magsispawn na lang.
Oh, he just goes forward. It works out, and it definitely works out. It definitely does. Yobib with 2, and the 5th point ng Virtus.pro.
Ang sakit dun. Ang sakit dun, Polar. I feel like CRG was hoping for maybe a longer round in that situation, especially knowing na siya pa yung nakadrop ng C4 dito sa long. But then 1v1s are truly 50-50, pare, and sometimes you just flip heads twice.
Mm-hmm.
Uy, agent push?
I think they just hold this, no? Pero kasi si Obim kasama niya eh. They just wait for the flash. Kid doesn't know. Pero he's hiding. Peeks out and Obim, of course, hits the headshot. CRG denies entry mula sa LA and that's the C4. CRG now controlling everything with a triple. But is that enough? Is it? No, it's not. But it's all up to Elvin now with a backstab AK. And the shot connects onto RTA heads. The executioner, the poison, the rat.
Holy moly, did y'all see that, man? Double L, nakita mo ba yun, L?
Man, nasa biyahe yun. Nakita niya pa rin yun kahit
Hindi,
nasa
man, nandito
NRTL. Ay, andyan na ba? Andyan pala.
Grabe yung two-top na yun, pare. But at the same time, there is something happening para dito sa Attras. And I feel like we've seen this time and time again, no, Polar. It's not really the step 1, 2, 3 anymore. They're trying to outflank the flankers dito ng Virtus.pro, which almost worked, no, temporarily dito sa mapa natin, pare. But I feel like Virtus.pro is like, oh, okay, pinaflank na tayo ng flank. Let's just turn around.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Sana di ko makita yung Virtus.pro sa mga laro ko, man. Because I will just quit. But we know Attras to be fighters and they will never back down towards this kind of fight. So Attras now, down by 5. Can they equalize at least on the second half? But there's 2 more rounds left dito sa ating first half. So they still have a chance to claim 3 rounds. Or at least, 3 rounds sa ating first half. Pero mukhang first time gagawin ng VP. An easy execute on A side after twisting the minds dito ng Attras. Dediretso sila sa bunker. Jacob now will kill off KSA and he will also fall 2 down. Pero Yobib tapping away with the M14. 3v3 ngayon. They hold down A site. Wala na magpa-flank because they're just gonna be planting the bomb. Oh, RTA find the shots and that does connect. Pero paubos sila ng paubos, Nikki. With 30 seconds left. From lane, both of these players, we call K and RTA, will try to go for the post-plat or at least the retake. He hits the shot. K is the answer to claim their second round in Eagle Eye.
Grabe, a very nice find galing dito kay K. Off of the miss dito ni Zetra, no? I think he was looking in that mid position, not expecting itong si K na nakatayo dito sa napakaliit na ledge dito sa may mid natin, pamatong ng mga mid players nga natin. And Attras. Bit of breathing room para sa kanila, pare. Salamat dito kay Jacob and his openings. But at the same time, this was a tale of almost, no, dito, Polar. Kung tinakil tong si RTA, this would have been a done deal, pare.
Oh, this could die. Oh, you love to see it. Dude, the emotions are high. Just ko po. Attras, no, look at this kid now with the TRG. Might just be the thing that they need on the GR side. In the last round pa, of all places, they whip out this kind of strat line. Aim head and shoot small. Or, mali pala. Aim head. Aim
Aim
small.
big. Aim small.
Win. Attras
Win big.
Yes, yes. 1
We are-
minute 30 seconds. We digress. Dediretso sila ng Hotel Sneaks.
Ayun nga. Is it gonna be a cheeky pop flash para ma-clear itong si K, pare? Or is it gonna be something more basic than just, a full swing? Galing dito kay Yobib, no? Pero judging from the pre-aim kasi dito ni K, he's anticipating that there is gonna be a rifler peeking into him, pare. Meron pa kaya silang alternative na flash lineup para dito sa hotel? I think window would be a bit too common, pare.
From second mid, maybe.
Feeling ko tower nga pwede yan, pero it's a dangerous spot.
I don't know.
I think it's B.
Well, there's 3 players moving towards that side. Actually, they're going towards high mid. Cetra, he hits it with the flick towards the left. At ngayon, again, they can play time. They can just wait for this hotel push or do something of a miracle dito sa may LA. It's gonna be B. Oh, Cetra.
Uy. Setrang gala.
What? What? Cetra! Oh, nakuha niyo pa yung atensyon ng Attras! Oh my goodness! K will fall! And in the last 20 seconds, saka lang magpaplanta ang VP! Namatay na si RT! Susunod pa si J-Kim! That's the first half! VP is 3 points away from clearing the series.
Ayun nga, 7-2, reality strikes Attras. The Swiss stage was just for show para dito sa Virtus.pro pare, and fortunately the real deal ay dumating na nga dito sa ating group stage. Virtus.pro knowing what is on the line. Kung natalo sila dito, playoff chances are gonna get slimmer and they are gonna get the worst seed. So this is probably the time para sa Virtus.pro na yun nga, umangat na nga dito sa ating standings, and they are starting off with a really good showing up against dito kay Attras. And we are seeing some classics here from the side of Virtus.pro, not even having to pull out yung kanilang modern na playbook na para it's the 1-3-1. Zetra, if you get the kill, congrats, magbibig pa rin kami. Elvin, if you get the kill, magbibig kami, pare. So, ayun nga, no, that's kind of the setup right now for the side of VP. It sounds simple, no? Pero there's a lot of nuance in between yung mga moments na yun, pare. Yung kumbaga, may game plan na sila pag namatay si Zetra. Pag namatay si Elvin, they know where to rotate. Pag namatay yung entry, you know, they know the contingency. At yun yung pinakamalaking strength dito ng Virtus.pro, no? Their contingency pagdating sa kanilang mga plays na despite, you know, some things going wrong, no? Parang alam na nila in a snap of a finger kung anong gagawin para masalba yung round na yun. And Attras, unfortunately, that is one of their bigger problems, no? Tito Polar, their processing time sa mga sitwasyon natin, kagaya nga ng ganyan. And, ayun nga, it is coming back to bite them in the back, pare. And, yun nga, no, as much as I would love to compliment itong si RTA, pare, but, ayun nga, this is just Kellar outsmarting you, pare.
Yeah, so much, no?
Okay, lilikutan ko, gagalawan ko.
Ito lang maglalay pre, abangan ko lang to. Tara.
Tara.
Wait lang. Isang backer mababa.
Shot. I mean, they know that's a good pick. That's the one TRG sniper down. Pero yun na nga, going back to your strat line, parang foolproof kasi yun eh. So, parang how can you put it into simpler words, Attras? How can you do it in a way na kaya mari dito ni RTA? But, look at this practice mula sa VP. They hold down 3 dito sa may A.
Uy, spotted si K.
Oh! I did forget na tatlo nga palang pwede maging sniper dito ng Virtus.pro, pero CRG doesn't care, he just pushes. Kellar also doesn't care, so he whips out the TRG again with the USP. Pero J-Kim ngayon, naglalabas na ng mga demonyo dito ng Attras kasi naharap na nga nila dito yung tatlo or yung apat. It's all up to Cetra.
Oh, he's gonna do the lineup para sa bunker. Patay si Kim.
Kenny? No, he
Uy,
just
buti
goes
na
to
lang
the
lumabas ka, pare.
Pero makikita sila dito Cetra can still whip out this HK. And wait, I think he saw yung backpack dito ni J. Kim.
Uy, nagtago pa sa katawan.
Oh!
He can't jump back.
Cetra doesn't care, he just goes towards the site. If he finds RTA, which he doesn't, does give the round towards Attras. 7-3 scoreline. Mukhang magandang BL side dito ngayon ng Attras.
Yun nga, pare. But let's not be so sure no dito, pare. Attras winning this first round, and they did win that first round as well dito sa last half nga natin to, pare. I think hindi in-expect ni Yobib na napaka-aga ulit na ng posisyon dito ni K super early dito sa ating laruan. Honestly, a really good clear from the boys over at Attras as soon as they assaulted the A side. Tamang kalat na lang dito on the floor A and the bottom A side. And K looking for another pick-off dito, pare. Pero Virtus.pro a bit more safe on the play this time, pare.
Yeah, they're playing their corners, they're playing their spots. So mukhang magiging good defense itong A site natin ngayon for Virtus.pro. No double TRGs this time though. Yobib actually just waiting dito sa may bunker side na with the M14. So this hold is gonna be actually better para sa Virtus.pro.
This is like a test para sa Attras, no? Okay. Nagawa ng Virtus.pro na, you know, mag-peak na medyo maaga sa mga rounds natin and try and see if they can get the early footing in. Pero sabi ng VP, let's try a bit of passive this time dito, pare.
Grabe. Attras just needs to find something, no? If they go towards high mid, Kellar would be there.
Or a B split.
It might be.
Zetra lurk on A yan, eh.
Their own 1-3-1, pero 1-2-2 pwede. Jacob stuck. He gets out. Never mind. Wait lang.
Whoa. Good check though. Pare.
It's gonna be A, Sneaks.
And he split?
Big flashes. Oh, KSA low in HP, nades. Oh, good flash para makapas CRG. They dominate A side. What a clean execution in the last 30 seconds of the round. But Keller close by on exit. He might find JKim and CRG. Kita niya yung balikat but doesn't connect. He's gonna be waiting for Cetra here mula sa second mid, checking if he can go for the cheeky angle. But time's running out, I mean, like, VP can still go for the retake, but it's looking impossible now. There's 4 players still alive dito sa Attras. Okay. We'll find the shot, and I feel like this is a done deal. Baka Attras in 4 rounds na to.
Oh, Zetra actually getting leg for that one, pero hindi na makukuha dito si Kay. He has too many teams in sight. And that's a timeout para dito sa Virtus.pro, and I feel like that's a well-needed one, no? Those 2 rounds, so you cannot just simply look over kung kaya yung VP, especially knowing Attras doesn't really have that stellar of a BL side, no? Pero iba yung pinapakita natin, iba yung pinapakita nila as of now. Multiple times na nakukote itong si KSA at si Yobib dito sa may bunker side and not really fighting well from that position. And dun sa last round pa yun na yun, pare. Yobib tried to go for the 360 flash dodge. And granted, no, that is valid tech, pare. Pero, you know, you have to have like really high sense to do it. Unfortunately, if it takes 2 swipes for you to do the 360 flash dodge, pare, you might as well not do it, unfortunately. KSA pwede pa, because we're running the same sense. Pero, yun nga, Virtus.pro, crumbling. Dito sa mga spot sa mapa na sila dapat yung umaasenso dito, pare.
Yeah. You know, I mean, Attras now in a very tough spot, and they might just use that as something to actually claim back some rounds. But at this time at mula sa VP, this might just end here, honestly.
Yun nga, no, what is 0-2 saying to the Virtus.pro boys in this situation? Yun nga, no, probably I feel like dapat mag-swap ng spots, or maybe yun nga, no, Yobib get back on the sniper dito sa top A, kasi granted, no, you have been picked off twice dito ni K, and you know, I feel like you aren't winning the sniper fight so far the entire time, but I feel like he needs to change his objective, no, na hindi na dapat kinukuha si K to start things off in this map. What he needs to do is to take out either itong si JKim or itong si Kid, pare. The openers para dito sa Attras, kasi kung lalabanin niya ng diretso itong si K, he might have a slight disadvantage, fully knowing na the guy is a fully fledged sniper, and of course itong si Yobib being more of the backup more than anything, pare. But still, no, K still has to be on point the entire time, pare, kasi si Yobib, granted na he might not be a main sniper, no, pero yung bilis namin, hindi natin matadoubt yan.
Yeah, he always hits some shots, no, some insane shots as well, but yeah, but now, no, you know nga, they go back to the TRG. Siguro, just like what you've said, no, just deny the entry. They deny that initial first kill bago mamatay dito yung players mo on A site. Pero Yobib will actually go close by dito sa may LA. Sino kasama? Si KSA actually. But I feel like Attras will just try to a little bit copy dito yung stratline ng VP. Just execute last 30 seconds or at least last 20 seconds para talagang walang chance of a fast retake mula dito sa VP. Just surprise the enemy, but they need to tread carefully kasi once they go into these angles na nasa kamay ni Yobib pati ni Cetra, might be a tough time pag nawalan agad sila ng player.
So this is the adjustment, no? Para dito sa Virtus.pro, a lot more eyes on the mid side. At least 2, no? And I think they're just gonna leave Zetra alone dito sa B side. I actually like this adjustment considering na-enable si Zetra to have a permanent green light dito sa B side ng mapa like he didn't have, you know, before. Pero at the same time, it also removes yung very easy trade game na nangyayari, no, between dito kay Yobib at kay KSA na, yun nga, no, once na nakuha mo na yung bunker play, you kinda basically have both players stuck in a bad situation. So, Virtus.pro adjustment, no one on top A, bunker lang ang kanilang depensa dito, and it could work. Daming dadaan na mid, pare.
It might be. Pero kasi stuck si Cetra eh. If Attras just finds him, they're gonna be happy with that. Pero Elvin again and KLR will be holding down high mid. Ina nga nakapasok and denied! Walang makakapasok na naman sa Attras! They tried it pero it failed. And now they have 40 seconds. Magpipivot pa sila ng A site. And guess what? Kung sino makakasama nila dito, it's Yobib. In the closest of angles, if RTA gets out of doghouse without anticipating this kind of sideline, he might die. Pero Yobib misses. KSA with the instant trade. And he just hides. RTA! Oh, they didn't notice the killer is in lane. And that's Virtus.pro with an immediate point. Yun na nga. Diretso sa leeg ng Attras.
Tinuturo na ni Keller kung saan tatama tong match na to, pare. And it seems like it is right on the jugular. Parang nga sinabi ng mga tropa natin. Pero Zetra already! Saan galing yung flash, pare? And I feel like galing yung flash kay Keller yata.
Yeah, that
What a
came from
throw.
second mid. Feeling ko
Grabe,
tumatakbo na siya mula sa may high mid. Tapos binato niya na lang eh.
Grabe, Keller the quarterback, man.
Grabe. Ganda ng bato. Sinalo ni ano boss? Ni Kay. Hindi nga lang home run. Ay, home run actually. Never mind.
Ano ba? Goal?
Touchdown.
Touchdown? Safe.
Save.
Sports ball.
That's safe. That's a safe shot mula kay Obib. Oh, dude.
It's hard to react to that, pare. For sure. Ngayon, Attras in a familiar sight na nakikita natin time and time again dito, Polo, sa mga ibang matches nila. 3v5. This is where they usually freeze. Elvin, nasa harap na ng Smokeman. It's a 1-for-1. Pero Jakin, nakabawi.
Uy, hindi na siya makakabawi ngayon. Namatay na siya dito sa kamay ni Yobib. Yobib looking like Yotib the hero, no? In this round, he already got 2 kills. Similar styles din or similar places that they are holding, but CRG. Can he charge up though?
Don't worry, Polar. I also had trouble with CBF versus Execration because it just so happens now one player is also named the CBN. Na yun nga, CRG, another 3-letter guy dito sa mapa natin, pare, has been actually pretty good.
He's good,
the
yeah.
entire Eagle Eye map natin, he has been one of the shining stars, or at least, diamond in the rough dito ng Attras dito sa kanilang down game so far, but with the type of defense that VP is presenting at the moment, pare, pakiramdam ko, you might as well call it a day pag them in.
He is the silver lining, pero it's still so small or still too thin. He does find Cetra though, so 20 seconds to play. And he plays with Fire Sneaks. Nakita nga dito si Obib, pero he misses the crucial shot. He goes up, and he still finds him. Almost para dito kay CRG. But Keller says, no. Oh, come on.
Oy. And Zetra gumagala na naman, pare, at siya naman yung nasala that time. And fortunately, meron silang insurance policy na pangalan na Keller on the exit side. Look at this opening shot though, man. Zetra
In the groin.
and Yobib at the same time. And alam na yan ni Elvin, man, pag nakapik na yan dun si Zetra sa long, matatagalan ng Attras na mag-react. So, hinarapan na lang yung smoke, pare.
Yeah. It was a good play nonetheless, no? Pero CRG, almost.
14 HP.
Grabe. Almost. Ay.
Okay, KSA, we're forgetting na may sniper sa doghouse. At least na-confirm, diba?
At least alam niya, nandun nga talaga yun. Pero itong past 4 rounds natin or 5 rounds dito sa ating BL side na Attras, he hasn't been pretty much moving or doing anything different. But he'll get to be pushed. Oh my God! How did he know? Oh. They still have 1 minute to play. Kaso Longby, nandun na agad si Elvin eh. Oh naman, that coverage from Hotel. Attras and
Nag-push siya ng aim in. That BP will be occupied.
Yeah. The kid on the TRG though.
Trying to
Kaya-
distraction, man.
Kaya ba?
Kaya ba?
Kaya pa!
Maybe.
Especially if Yobib misses the shot, kid! Can wield the big guns and CRG honestly just goes in. Face front kills off Keller as well. 30 seconds, hindi pa tapos ang Eagle Eye, sabi ng Attras. Kung kaya nyo pumatay, kaya rin naman dito ng 3 players. And it's all up to Elvin that has been a little bit silent on the GR side.
Hindi na nga nagtatapok, pare. He's a straight up sending it, I think.
Yeah. He does have an AK, he can just spray. But he's tapping away. Nades will go in. Flashbangs will be committed. Pero Jakim toying now with Elvin.
Favorite kailangan ni Jacob.
Yep. Oh, he might pre-pick this. And there's no more time. I feel like clown show na lang to. Jacob will clean up the kill. So 4 rounds na lang ang lamang dito ngayon ng Virtus.pro.
Yeah, 5-9. Attras, bit of a solace para sa kanila kahit temporary man lang dito sa mapa natin. Just a bit of breathing room para sa kanila. CRG a headache at the start of the round and KSA, he's gonna send it on K pare. Instead, he sends it on Jakim. Jakim muna sa sala.
Oh, full throttle! K! Come on! How did he not get the kill? And look at this! It's a firing range on LA! Lahat magiging target ng Virtus.pro. Susunod si Jakim and they're good for 3! It's all up to CRG and RTA, and what else can we say? It might just be GG.
Oh my god. You can't think your way out of this one, RTA. Elvin, mali pa siya ng tira doon, pare.
Ooh, wait lang.
Info though.
Wait lang!
Oh!
Crispy
Oh,
shots! Percetra does find the kill on RTA. It's all to CRG again, pero he splits past the first sight line ni Cetra. Quick scope! And Virtus.pro, disgusting after disgusting plays. Walang bulalo dito ngayon sa bootcamp ng Virtus.pro. They'll be eating steaks and wine for this beautiful T0 sweep up.
Grabe men, di pa dito nagsasebo ang Virtus.pro dito sa mapa ng Eagle Eye. Node para sa kanila at hindi yan mapapanis. Sabi ni KR. Virtus.pro with a 2-0, very convincing dito sa ating Attras game. And unfortunately, no, para kay Attras, you know, it felt like the preparation was there. No, preparation
It did,
in
yes.
100%.
It did.
Tama yung kanilang tina-target dito sa mapa. Yun nga, they're trying to disable KSA and itong si Yobe at the same time. But the thing is with modern Virtus.pro or at least yung modern core ng SGJ, no, they no longer rely upon yung dalawang players na yun entirely. No, Elvin has his own star power now. They have Zetra on the team and they also, you know, they also have superior teamwork dito sa mapa natin. And in all honesty, ayun nga, with Kellar's mind, just absolutely outthinking itong si RTA, no pare. Yun nga yung sinasabi ko, man, Virtus.pro, their processing speed is so fast. Parang sila may CPU sa kanilang utak, pare. Every time napapasok sila dito sa mapa natin. So, it's very impressive to see Virtus.pro definitely in playoff form, pare. Ngayon ko palang sasabihin.
Yeah, I feel like it's safe to say, again, no, na talagang secured na. You know what, Sneaky, talagang foolproof yung Virtus.pro doon, no? And I do agree with you, no, na handa naman yung Attras. Pero at the end of the day, their preparations were met with excruciating pain kasi Virtus.pro just had more preparations coming into this match, no, na parang, okay, you beat us in qualifying stage, but the real deal here is the group stage. And Virtus.pro playing at their best performance yet means Attras needs to step up even more and they just can't climb that or at least step on towards more stairs paangat dito ng ating playoffs. Man, tuloy-tuloy na ata ang lose streak dito ng Attras. I hope it doesn't keep on continuing because again, they still have a lot more matches here. They only play 4 matches, I believe. And let's see though, the journey for Attras doesn't end here, but it's almost getting there with these like three losses already. Virtus.pro though, man, if Cetra doesn't work out, KSA is there. KSA isn't there, nandyan naman si Kellar. And everyone works out despite Yubib not really having that great start dito sa GR side nila. A little bit of adjustments. Those timeouts were really crucial para lang to get back into the game. And, oh man. We were thinking na ang pangit na ngayon ng Eagle Eye ng Virtus.pro given the stats. And the stats don't lie, but the stats can be changed. At yun ang pinakita dito ng Virtus.pro.
Ayun nga pare, and obviously the stats are gonna improve para dito sa Virtus.pro, especially when it comes to their PL side, man. Huge improvement pagdating nga dito sa Eagle Eye 2.0. And pakiramdam ko na lang talaga para dito sa Virtus.pro, what they need to improve upon siguro, no, is to try and see kung anong pwedeng i-counter dun sa ginawa ng Attras no temporarily kasi Attras was kind of catching them at some point kasi pinaflank nila yung flank. And if Virtus.pro can figure out that problem, because that is also the problem that can be exploited dito na Stallions, pare, yun nga, no, we might have an interesting playoff dito, man.
I think it's already cooking into play, no? But everyone, ito na nga po ang ating cashes desk, Sneaky Frog and Bipolar. Big shoutouts din to El, no? We're gonna be throwing it to our panel desk. It's time for Mochi and Salvatore.
Maraming salamat sa ating mga casters to Bipolar and as well as Sneaky Frog and Dude. Ang sakit sa ulo nung buong mapa ng Eagle Eye natin. Salvatore, yun lang yung masasabi ko dito, lo. Okay na pala. Nawala na yung sakit na ulo.
Okay na.
Pero ano bang nangyari dito no sa mapa ng Eagle Eye natin? Kasi parang purong kaguluhan na mga nangyari dito and Attras Esports hindi na sila nakatagal.
Mochi, no? Pure madness. Ika nga dito, no? Multiple 1v2 clutches, mga unreal shots para dito kay Yobib at kay Elvin, KSA. Parang kinarir na yung pag-headshot. Si Kel R, nagpoproc na naman yung passive niya. It is all good in the hood para talaga sa Virtus.pro, no, Mochi? And definitely, alam mo talaga na it's going to be one heck of a series pag lahat ng members ng Virtus.pro, not just one particular player, but everyone from Virtus.pro is just blasting at all cylinders daw, Mochi. Kasi ang ganda ng chemistry talaga no? Like, the calls are nice, nababasa nila ng maayos yung kalaban, and on the opposite end, ang sagot naman ng Attras, yun na talaga yun, Mochi, no? Parang they're very much confused. They can definitely fight, pero sana kung sa usapang laban, feeling ko kaya talaga ng Attras to But also, they have to innovate Kailangan nga nilang maghanap pa ng space. They need to make a split. They need to make that mid-round adjustment. Kasi hindi sila pwedeng ginaganto lang ng Virtus.pro. USP entries, 1v2 clutches ni Cetra at ni Elvin. Binoboga lang sila ni Cetra. KSA doing some amazing entries from his AK-47. It's just a recipe for disaster for Attras. And ilang rounds yung dumaan, Mochi, and not a single round was convincing enough na may magagawa ng milagro dito ang Attras. And that was kind of sad to see. Hopefully, Attras makabawi nga sila sa mga susunod na rounds, and was definitely JKM and CRG still putting up a good fight. But then again, CROSSFIRE, like I mentioned nung bago tayo magsimula ng laban ng Mochi, it's a team game, and Attras was just right there. Naglalaro lang talaga sila. But Virtus.pro, they were playing a different game of CROSSFIRE now we haven't seen in a while.
Exactly. And this is just absolute domination din dito for Virtus.pro, at least from what it felt dito sa ating 15 rounds, wherein parang at some point sinabi ko pa, wait lang, I think this is already bullying, parang bawal ata itong ginagawa ng Virtus.pro. Kasi tignan mo naman, even just their stats for are 100% in terms of rating kung kanina stable, ngayon amplified ang kanyang naging performance dito. At syempre for Yobib and Cetra, still the same alongside with Elvin and as well as KSA still the same performance, just different rankings in terms of KDs dito for both of our teams. Pero ito nga ang ating set MVP, no other than the captain himself, 2.0 KD and as well as 100% rating, Grabe, umuulan ng tatlong numero sa ating rating dito, Salvatore.
Mochi, no? Yes. Thank you, Mocho,
Yes, you.
sa pagkakasabi nga nun. Pero ito, Mochi, honestly, inaabangan ko na ang interview. Kasi pili ko ito
True.
na nga ang ating MVP. Kung sino man yan, alam kong piyesta na kagad ang mararanasan nga natin dito, because it's going to be bountiful when it comes to that interview. Kasi syempre, maraming masasabi ang Virtus. Parang ilang linggo na nga natin nakikita si Zero to. No offense, coach. No offense. Pero syempre, iba pa rin talaga ang patama pag player mismo yung nagsabi. Alam mo talagang may bigat na mensahe. Narinig na namin kanina. Sabi mo kanina, mas madadalian kayo sa Attras. Pero ano naman ang masasabi ng Virtus.pro sa mga susunod nga nilang kalaban? And clearly, Mochi, sabi ko kanina, he might not be wrong. And he was definitely not wrong. At ito nga pala si Cetra ang ating MVP for the whole series. At wala nang iba pa kundi siya talaga mismo. Si Mr. Hacker. Si Mr. Nanduduga lang yan sa LAN game. Si Mr. palagi na lang tumatama lahat ng ginagawa ni Cetra. This is Cetra. My God. A generational talent. Ito talaga yung ito yung mga one of the rare talents na meron tayo dito sa Pilipinas na is definitely God-given, Mochi. Na Cetra is making every single team look so bad sa sobrang galing lang talaga ni Cetra individually. I don't know how to describe this man, pero parang masyado na atang mainit yung upuan, Mochi, kasi palaging nandun si Cetra sa MVP chair.
Totoo nga, Parang literal na national treasure na ito ng CFC dito sa Pilipinas, I guess. Parang hindi na talaga siya OA na statement just by basing sa mga clips na kinukuha din dito ni Cetra right now. And again, it just appears every single time no na here for Cetra, he's just doing and minding his own business. Not even siguro na focusing sa kanyang KDs, no? Sadyang ginagawa niya lang yung kung how he is programmed dito, no? Sa ating team, that is to get the kills, the pickups, and as much as possible, eliminate every single one in his pathway, and as well as his crosshair.
Grabe, no, man. To cap things off talaga, no, Cetra just doesn't need to make it look so complicated para sa kanya. Napakadali tignan, napakasimple, napaka-elegante nga naman eh. From this perspective, akalain mo nga naman na normal lang yung ginagawa ni Cetra, umiente siya para sa team niya. Makakita ka ba ng sniper na ganun? Kay Cetra mo lang makikita yung ganyan. What an amazing scene eh. Na kahit sino nga sa atin, hindi natin pwede sabihin lahat ng sinabi natin sa broadcast kasi magiging crossfire rocks yung kakalabasan sa sobrang lakas ni Cetra.
And speaking of, no, makikita natin siya dito sa ating desk ngayon. Kaya naman tawagin na natin ang ating match MVP, no other than the man himself, si Cetra. No, na talaga namang walang
Boss!
babat. Hello, Cetra!
Hello po.
Congratulations! Welcome,
Thank you
no?
po.
I am curious to hear, meron ba kayong naispatang difference nang nakatapat nyo uli ngayon si Attras?
Wala naman po. Kumbaga yung nangyari po nung talo po namin sa kanila, nabigla lang po kami nun. Kaya po kami
I
talo.
see.
Yun po.
Pasagot niya.
Ayan ba? Coach, shoutout. Ano yan, Coach? Hello? Hindi ka
Hello?
namin naririnig, Coach? Wala. Na-mute mo ata, Coach.
Na-mute, napindot ata.
Up. Money popcorn. Dead round muna, dead round. Coach, salita ka?
Ayun.
Sa intro.
Ako sasagot niya dahil lang sa MVP. Hindi ko alam
Go.
saan nanggaling yung
Alright.
idea na kaya kami atras eh. Qualifiers lang yung guys, convenience lang tawag doon. Okay? Shoutout nga pala sa boss namin, boss ng Virtus.pro, happy birthday sa'yo. Happy birthday to you, boss. This win is for you. Okay.
Yung happy birthday,
solid.
boss of VP. Alright, and I guess that is already quite a good answer for both the coach and the player, no? Pero, go, ask away, Salvatore. I'm pretty sure you have a lot in mind.
Grabe, Cetra, no? Paldong-paldo yung pangalan mo dito sa broadcast. Kung alam mo lang talaga, ilang
Totoo.
beses namin binanggit yung pangalan mo. Manlulumo ka talaga sa dami ng beses, no? Pero, doon tayo sa Ankara. Biyahe tayo papuntang Ankara. It was, I believe, round number 14 and then round number 15 para matapos na nga yung series, no? Una, na-convert mo yung 3v2. Tapos, ginawa mo pa yung 1v2 pagkatapos nun. And then, it was a clutch to seal off itong Ankara nga na to, no? What made it such a clutch moment para kay Cetra? Paano mo na pull off yun? No? Ano ba yung estado ni Cetra nung ginagawa mo yung mga plays na yun?
Para sa akin po talagang malakas lang po yung loob ko na kaya ko ipanalo yung mga ganun, 1v3, 1v4, 1v2, ganun. Ganun lang po kalakas yung loob ko. Kaya lang po.
Okay.
Lang kalakas yung loob niya. No, Mochi, it's all in the mental game eh. No? Pag kaya ni Cetra, magagawa niya. No? Feeling ko, Cetra, kaya mo rin ipanalo yung Pilipinas pag nag-international nga tayo. Kung ganyan din yung laro mo eh, no, Mochi?
Ay, hindi na ako magtataka doon, no? And I feel like, ano na rin yan, no, Salvi? Yan yung katas ng ilang taon ba naman at araw-araw ka ba naman nagko-crossfire? Ewan ko dala-talaga kung hindi ka pa magkaroon ng lakas ng loob doon, do. Pero, Cetra, ang aking katanungan ngayon, do you think, no, sang-ayon ka ba sa sinasabi ng iba na best sniper ka ngayon dito in the Philippines?
Siguro hindi pa po kasi hindi siguro pag nabawi na namin yung yung champion namin. Pag nag-champion kami ngayon, siguro matatake ko as yung sarili ko na number 1.
Bakit, Cetra? Sino ba para sa'yo ang number 1 sniper dito sa Pilipinas?
Hindi ko po alam eh.
Baka si Keller.
Okay.
Pag Eagle Eye, no? Yun naman,
interesting.
it's the humbleness, no? Wala siyang kinikilalang number 1, pero di rin siya number 1. So, sino ba talaga ang tunay na number 1, no, Mochi? I love this guy. Okay to, solid to. Turuan ng
Parang
PR to.
ang sagot niya lang doon, di ko alam kung sino yung best, pero I am sure as well na it's not me, no? Parang ganun yung dating sa kanya noon. Pero baka may mga additional questions ka pa, Salvatore.
Ayun no, ito talaga no, Cetra. It really looks so easy. No, kalaban talaga ang Attras. And feeling ko isa sa mga pinakamalaking impluwensya is yung sarili mo sa mapa, no. So Cetra, paano ka nagiging involved doon sa mga plays ng Virtus.pro? Ano bang ginagawa ni Cetra para maging successful yung isang round para makuha niyo yung mga malulupit na panalo laban sa Attras?
Ano po? Kaya lang po nung kung ano yung ginagawa namin, ako as a sniper sa team namin, kailangan ko lang kumuha ng pick. Ganon. Or minsan ako yung gagawa ng entry gaya po na sinabi nyo kanina. Ako yung papasok para sa kanila para manggulo lang po. Yan. Pero yung pinaka ano po talaga yung sa pagpitas po. Malaking advantage po sa amin pag nakakuha ko ng pick.
Pitas. Mochi, that is the
Pitas
key.
talaga.
Malakas, pumitas
Pitas
dito,
lang.
no? Si Boss Cetra, no? Pitas-pitas nga lang talaga, no? Akala mo magsasakay, no? Pero ikaw, Mochi, baka may katanungan ka pa.
Siguro, follow-up question na lang din, no? Since usapang in-game tayo ngayon, no? Ano ba nga nangyayari internally pagka meron tayong last 20-second execute na ginagawa dito for Virtus.pro, no? Kasi pansin namin ang dalas nyo siyang gawin against Attras dito sa seryeng ito.
Yung ganung playstyle po kasi kumbaga sanay po kami sa ganun. So kumbaga di pag kahit gano'n na lang yung oras, di po kami nagpapanik kasi alam po namin yung gagawin namin. Yan.
I see, okay. Parang kalimitan pag naririnig natin sa ibang team na pe-pressure sila kasi konti na lang yung oras pero for them, it's just natural, no, Salvatore? Last question, baka meron ka pang pahabol dito?
Wala na, Mochi.
Okay
Bigyan
na?
na natin ng
Safe na.
bigyan na natin ng floor dito, no, si Cetra. Baka may gusto pa siyang mga sabihin, no. Mochi, bigay mo na.
Go! Pwede na, shoutout ka na. Ang gusto mo yung shoutout, Cetra. All the supporters.
Ay po. Shoutout po sa sa Virtus.pro, sa manager namin and sa boss namin. Happy birthday po sa boss. And sa supporter namin, sa family ko, lalo kay mama and sa girlfriend ko.
Pero may habol.
Ayun, shoutout po
Ayun,
sa
ayun,
boss
bilis na.
namin. Sa boss namin na si Nikolay Petrosian. Ayun, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Sir Nikolay Petrosian.
Alright, happy birthday,
Thank you
Boss
po.
Nikolai. And thank you so much, Cetra. Congratulations. And this win, I'm pretty sure this is not gonna be the last, no? And good luck sa mga susunod nyong mga laban.
Thank you po.
Thank you, Boss Cetra. Sabi,
Yan,
no, Mochi,
Dad.
kitang-kita mo nga naman talaga na Cetra is that calm and composed na kahit nga nai-impluwensyahan na siya ng onti, no, parang nung una nararamdaman ko na yung parang si KLR kung sumagot no, kasi talagang nung mga nakaraang linggo may pag-angat na ng ng energy, pero dito walang number 1, kalmado lang, marunong pumitas, yun yung epekto, ganun
Balik
talaga.
na siya sa normal niya.
Na-factory reset
Na-factory reset siya, no? Grabe, which is quite funny to say the least, no? Yung contrast, meron talagang pagkakaiba every time na ini-interview natin sila. Pero ito na nga ang ating updated standings after ng lahat ng mga kaganapan for today's video. At ito na nga, no? Ayun na nga, no? Lahat ng inaakala natin na aakyat, nandiyan na. We have first and second, but we have execution in our third place right now. So, sure, no? 4 and 5 natin ngayon, comeback friends and acceptance, they were put into a lower place after today's challenges, I guess is the best way to call it, no, after this one. And for the rest, no, since chillings lang naman sila dyan, wala naman silang kaganapan, no, stick sila sa kanilang mga usual standings.
Grabe, no, Mochi, we currently have kung wala tayong round differential, we have a 3-way tie for being number 1. At yan yung pinakamahirap na usapan sa loob ng inuman, no? Sino ba talaga ang number 1 para sa'yo? Stallions, Virtus.pro, execration, malalaban talaga natin habang tumatagal ang panahon, napapalapit na nga tayo sa playoffs, no, Mochi? And my God, no, what an improvement from those 3 teams. Pero syempre, habang may umangat, may mga babagsak at nandoon nga pala ang acceptance, pati ang comeback friends.
Yep, and we also gonna see ang mga laban ng mga nasa lower echelon ng ating standings. We have Taring Bobby versus Matches. We also have Veteran versus Attras, and as well as VP versus Fervid, no? Sila lang pala yung exception na wala dun sa lower echelon natin, no? They will be fighting up against Fervid. This is gonna be pretty sure something para sa atin dito, no, sa mga audience at sa ating mga talents, kasi ito din yung magiging question natin dito, is Fervid actually ready sa usapang international, no? Lalong-lalo na this is a good test for them, no, na tapatan nila ang Virtus.pro para sa ating huling match for tomorrow. Pero bago tayo magpaalam dito, no, Salvatore, any closing remarks galing sa'yo?
Shoutout nga pala sa ating community dyan, no, sa mga viewers na sumusuporta from the first second na magsimula ang stream hanggang ngayon. Nanonood pa rin. Maraming salamat sa Auxilium Clothing and as well as to Sunday Shrooms. Maraming salamat sa Clan ng Flow. Maraming salamat din to my family, to my friends, to my co-talents. Thank you so much for your support. Kita-kits tayo bukas para sa mga karagdagang pang-action kasi feel ko naman nabitin kayo para sa araw na to. Syempre, pupunuin namin ng Crossfire yung araw na mga pahinga nyo, no, from both Saturday and as well as Sunday. Kaya kita-kits na lang guys, yun na lang para sa akin, Mochi.
Alright, and simulan na natin to, no? Ang dahil nating papasalamatan dito. Simulan na natin sa ating production, TNC Prod. Thank you so much sa mga broadcast na hinahatid nyo dito, no? Continuously improving. Kung hindi pa nga ba improved itong nakikita natin ngayon, specifically din sa ating prod, sa scriptwriters, and as well as sa ating obs. Yung obs natin na sobrang lala naman talaga, no? Imposibleng meron silang mamimiss na mga highlights dito sa ating screen. Maraming salamat din sa ating mga co-talents, no? Maraming salamat kay Salvatore, kay El, kay Sneaky Frog, kay Bipolar, kay Ramon, kay Daydom, lahat-lahat na. Thank you for ensuring na in this healthy workplace environment. Wow! And also, no, maraming salamat sa ating mga teams, no, na talagang nag-uubos ng oras, kahit napapagod sila, no, just in order to improve at lalong tumaas ang kanilang antas dito sa ating local and international CROSSFIRE scene and as well as sa iyo. Guys, maraming salamat sa tuloy na pagpapasuporta and panonood, pakikikulit, pakikicomment, pakikidaldal, lahat na, no, kahit na minsan natatagalan kayo dito, no, para gusto nyo nang isimulan kaagad ang ating mga laro, no. Thank you so much sa pagkikinig at inyong mga suporta at pasensya na rin, no, of course. And I guess this is where it all ends. Quick reminder for everyone to keep the fire burning, and for now, kami ay magpapaalam muna dahil bukas magbabalik tayo muli for another day full of Crossfire action.